Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling, 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 hustling. Every day I'm hustling, 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 every day I'm hustling.
Hey Daddy, this a dollar beat.
BoxingVoice.com.
No matter what nobody say, man, spirit can't nobody fuck with me, man. You know, I can't be fucked with, you know.
Dollar D Beyonce Productions.
Whether you pay to see me win, or you pay to see me lose, you're gonna pay. Fuck it, the kids still gotta eat. I don't have to watch, you know, any footage of a fighter. I mean, because I'm Floyd Mayweather, everybody gotta watch me. I knew eventually I was gonna have to fight Oscar. I feel like he was straight up and down, no special effects.
BoxingVoice.com.
How can Canelo have the biggest deal? Your deal is for $300 million, and I made $350 million just in one fight. And you're fighting on an app.
BoxingVoice.com.
I'm a king, okay? I eat a feast. Every time I eat a feast. And when I get up from the table, I don't give a fuck who get the leftovers. At the end of the day, follow my green print.
Dollar D Beyonce Productions.
BoxingVoice.com.
What up, what up, what up, what up? Good morning, TBV. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. We are here today to discuss the morning afterthoughts. Maxi Hughes wasn't part of the plan. It's always been Shakur versus Kambosos on the minds of the bigwigs over at Top Rank, and that's exactly why we got the decision that we got last night. It's hard to find on the internet, which is such a huge place. It's hard to find anybody truly picking George without trolling. We're just here to discuss what we saw last night. You know, after having 8 hours of sleep, being able to wake up and drink coffee, do we feel differently, or do we still feel that this was, a poor decision? But I'm joined alongside boxing expert from Ringside Reporter, been doing this for many, many years, Joe Habib. Joe, what it do? Buenos dias. How are you? Good morning. Joe? All right. Well, we got Hamid on there, who's also been doing this for years. Good morning. How you doing? How are you, gentlemen?
Buenos dias.
How we doing, everybody?
What's good, babe?
What's going on, man?
Not much, man. Good to see you.
Good to see you as well.
So obviously, I was gutted. I was heartbroken. I had a lot of money on Maxi. I had parlays with Maxi. I've been saying Maxi was gonna win for months. This wasn't a last minute pick. I've been riding for Maxi. When Bill came on my show and said we thinking of doing Maxi in Oakland, I said yeah. I represent the IBO. You know, I got about 18 medals right here that I'm gonna give all my guests at the appreciation night. We fuck with the IBO over here. These are fucking real. You know what I mean? Like, what they did to Maxi is terrible, but I believe it was because he wasn't part of the plan, because they have this bigger picture with Shakur in mind. And, you know, Maxi happens to be a sacrificial lamb. I scored it for him. I don't think I can see more than being generous 4 rounds for George. But I'm not mad if you only gave him 3. There are some crazies out there giving them 6, but I know how I feel. Neither one of you were on with me last night, so I'm excited to see what you guys thought.
Yeah, I had a feeling that Kambosos was going to win, but I can't say that I saw him win in this particular fight. I actually thought he was going to do better than he did. I was disappointed with his performance. I'm just being honest with you. I like, the shit talking. I like his character. I like the story. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, I don't think he won. And while I didn't score it, I definitely saw Hughes, picking and popping and moving. Tim Bradley was trying to put some spice on it about the elbow. There goes that elbow again. So they were trying to turn it in Kambosos' way, but I think they were also honest in their assessment, and that all his new training he was supposed to have received, he went back to the old Kambosos. So again, I don't see how that imaginative 117 or 111 scorecard, that was crazy. And bigger plans. As far as the bigger plan, I don't even like Kambosos Shakur. I want to see Kambosos and Keyshawn. That's what I want to see. But B, what you think, champ?
I had this fight for Hughes, but I had it close. And full disclosure, I thought Kambosos would win, but I didn't think he would look good doing it, and he didn't look good doing it. I'll kind of go over my assessment of the fight. The first 2 rounds were kind of close. I did give him a Kambosos, but a lot of people gave the first 3 to Hughes. I think 1 Kambosos, I could see 2 going to Hughes. I could see a range of scorecards here. I can see Kambosos winning close because second half of the fight, if you look at rounds 8 and 10, I thought those were kind of swing rounds. I gave them to Hughes, but if I swing those 2 rounds to Kambosos, I could see Kambosos maybe edging at 115 and 113. I don't think it's impossible to score it that way. For me, I thought it was a little bit improbable, right? But I scored at 115 and 113. I had the first half of the fight close, but I thought the second half of the fight is where Hughes started running away with it. I thought he was able to walk Kambosos into his left hand. He was being more successful with setting the traps, being the counter puncher. Early in the fight, he was trying to set the traps, but they weren't as effective as they were in the second half. Kambosos did have a hard time really tracking Hughes down and landing punches, cleanly and consistently. He would land a good right hand every now and then, but there were moments too in the fight where I thought Hughes was trying to set traps and laying back a little bit, and he wasn't as active as he probably could have been. He started really picking up the pace in the second half, whereas in the first half, he was a little bit more economical. But I feel for you, Ness. I did say on the roundtable last week that Hughes was definitely a good value play. I didn't have the balls to pull the trigger, so it doesn't matter because I didn't pull the trigger. You pulled the trigger. And, I think more people would agree with you that Hughes won this fight. I think the general consensus is Hughes won this fight. But I have to be honest, and I could say that you can make an argument for Kambosos edging it, but it's probably the minority argument if I'm being honest. So, yeah, I feel for you, man. I would have liked to have seen you got paid because that would have – so it was a monster pick.
Crazy, bro. I locked them in at -3. Plus 375, and then I got to check my thing because I also picked them by decision. Like obviously the man wasn't gonna get the knockout, so I never picked the money line. But I seen people when the fight was starting, whoever was able to get live betting, they were getting them at plus 424, bro. It was crazy, almost 5-1, and I was so excited because I knew he was being looked over. He was being looked over, and he beat Jonacaro after his loss. Like he lost the fight, and then his very next fight's a 4-rounder. So this is Hughes going in his own bank, paying for his own fight to get the L off the resume. Next thing you know, Matchroom throws him in a 10-round fight with Jonacaro. He beats that. Keeps going, beats his first former champion in Kid Galahad, and he's still under the radar, defending that IBO. And he honestly, his biggest issue, I was saying it last night, he was too economical. Even in the second half where he did start to let loose a little bit more, he was still too economical. You cannot be the B side and be conservative with your punches. You got to outwork the A side or they will take it from you. It's just sad. It really is. But just for context, you're right. Some people scored those first 3 rounds everywhere. And I just want to say I gave the first one to Maxi, second one to George, third to Maxi. So, I wasn't one of those 3 straight 3-0 Maxi guys. I did see George win the second, which is crazy because I heard you say I think you said you gave Hughes the second.
No, I gave Kambosos the first 2 rounds.
Oh, okay.
But I'm going to be honest. To me, and this is how subjective the sport is, I thought you could make a greater argument for Hughes getting the second as opposed to the first, because I thought Hughes just wasn't doing much at all in the first, where in the second he was landing the left hand a little bit. So like I said, I actually thought round 2 you can make more of an argument for Hughes, but you disagree with me. So yeah, Kriegel gave Hughes the first 3. Like I said, I gave Kambosos the first 2.
Kriegel had me. No, I'm sorry. Kriegel had me celebrating too early. That's what happened. I fell in love with the unofficial scorecard, and I just seen no way that they can take it.
Can I tell you this? I'll just say it. When I was looking at Kriegel's scorecard, I was saying to myself, "There's no way any judge has Hughes winning the first 3 rounds of this fight." You know what I'm saying? Like they're not going to give him the first 3 rounds. Like those first 2 rounds were too close to just sit there and say he's going to get those first 2 rounds. The way Kriegel said it was like he thought those were clean rounds. I mean, even you, I think, would argue that those first 2 rounds probably could have gone either way.
I mean, for me, again, it was like a dad watching a proud son. You know what I mean? Like, because no one believed it. So even a jab that would land for Maxi, I was over here doing the wave because no one believed it. And they thought all these years sparred with Pacquiao would be the difference. The dude hadn't fought a southpaw in forever. And they overlooked that. And that's why he looked so herky-jerky. He didn't know what to do. He even turned from orthodox to southpaw, the same dumb shit he did with Devin. Like, this dude, I'm sorry to say it because I love Devin Haney, but this dude he's not a fraud. He won a world title. He beat Tio. He unified, but he is certainly not what we thought he was. And he is on the decline. This is now 2 back-to-back losses to Devin Haney, outclassed, and you get outclassed by a domestic-level European fighter. Shout out to Maxi Hughes.
I'm going to be honest about him, and I don't, me, I don't disparage guys. I just try to keep it 100. He's a bottom level top 10, like a top 10, maybe top 12. I can name several guys. Jermaine Ortiz, obviously Tank Davis, Lomachenko, Shakur Stevenson. I would even think Linares could probably beat him. As crazy as that.
Keyshawn beats this guy.
Yeah, a lot of guys beat him. So
they
to
put
me,
him in the ring
he's
like
like a bottom top 10, top 12. So he's never been that top 5 guy. And I'm going to be honest, he caught Teofimo. Like him and Teofimo could fight 10 times. Tio would win 9 out of 10. I mean, Tio was injured, obviously. He had a broken esophagus going into that fight because he let the mountain punch him in the chest, which was a bad move. He caught Tio at the right place, the right time. But we got to give him credit. He still got the victory. He's a champion, whatever. He's in the history books, but I don't see him becoming champion in that division unless a lot of people leave.
Let's give some credit to Kambosos' tactical experience, and this is what you get. Again, he's not on the level, but experience-wise, he's a level above Maxi Hughes, because when I said he reverted back to the old Kambosos, he just was busier. You guys talking about, Hughes, being economical. Kambosos just got busier, and I think for some of the, again, that not that wide ass margin, but if some people like the busier fighter, then that's what they were going to go with. To them, that's controlling the pace, and that's what some people might prefer. Now, again, I'm thinking Keyshawn and Kambosos is the fight to make. I know what they're talking about, and I've been beating the drum for this. Somehow it's going to be Shakur and Loma, because they mentioned it during the broadcast. There's going to be a big plan, a big fight coming soon. It better not be Kambosos and Shakur. I'll tell you that much.
It won't be.
Yeah, I mean, after last night, Shakur does not belong in the ring with Kambosos. Kambosos does not belong in the ring with Shakur. Like Shakur said, post-fight, he would stop him. I actually have a clip that we can play It's not necessary, but Keyshawn, Frank Martin. I know the Frank Martin's on a whole nother side of the street, so I shouldn't have even said it because they just signed George to a 3-fight deal. But Keyshawn, Jermaine Ortiz versus Kambosos, those types of names. Shakur, bigger fish to fry. He'd be wasting his time, man. It's unnecessary. Because people already get bored with Shakur's performances. So, to put him in there with George, it's going to be a one-sided ass whooping that I don't know people would care about. But
Does he gain anything from getting that IBO at all?
I mean, Shakur is in line for the top big belts. You know what I mean? So, I mean, listen to what they were doing yesterday. They were literally showing us that they're gonna do the unthinkable and have a double vacant unification. They're literally Shakur. We think Shakur's putting the pressure on Haney. Bullshit. He's preparing to have a double vacant unification with Lomachenko. WBC vacant title, WBO vacant title. They will fight for both because they're the most highest ranked in each. So they'll get both sanctioning bodies. First time ever to put those two vacant titles on the line for those two men. You watch what I tell you.
Is that what you're predicting is going to happen, or do you have any information?
No inside info.
Oh, okay.
But I predict that's what's going to happen. I mean, Mark Krieger alluded to it. He wasn't as specific, but that's what I interpreted from everything he was saying. So I'm waiting for that, which leaves Kambosos with a horrible performance to either rematch Maxi Hughes, which it's too late. The cat's out the bag. Maxi probably can't get the win the second time. You know what I mean? So either rematch Maxi Hughes or you feed him to the fucking Lions den, man. Give him Keyshawn next.
Hey, which one of those mopes? Is it Tessitore or Krieger that keeps calling Kambosos the former undisputed? Which one of those mopes is it?
I don't know. I didn't even hear that. Really? Because
during the live broadcast,
I had the volume down too. So sorry.
They're doing a live broadcast of former undisputed champion. I think it was Tessitore, man.
I mean, but ESPN is known for that. I mean, these are the guys that erased the loss off of Loma's record. That's part of their marketing, man. The same way that PBC would, took forever to show Terrence Crawford on their welterweights. They would show fringe welterweight contenders before they would show the WBO champion. So it's just, again, each network is in a individual business for themselves. Like when they file for taxes, what Top Rank did doesn't help them. And you guys got to understand that, not you the host, but like the audience always is like, but why they not talking about this dude? Because he's not with that network. Pepsi and Coca-Cola will never do a fucking commercial together. We should be lucky that at least our promoters and our networks and broadcasters, once in a blue moon, when the fight is right, they at least lay in bed together. But when have we seen the Super Bowl split the halftime show? It's either Pepsi buying the fucking show and bringing Beyonce or Coca-Cola buying the show and bringing somebody the fuck else.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Shakur Stevenson and Lomachenko's probably it's going to be the next fight. It makes the most sense. And I'm not a big fan of like vacant titles, but that's a legitimate fight. So in that specific situation, fighting for two vacant titles, I don't have any issue with that at all. I don't think anyone really should. Those are definitely the two top guys in the division. And I think Haney is going to move up. He is going to fight Regis Prograis at 140. And this whole deadline BS is kind of, it's redundant. We know what's going to happen. And I find it weird, and tell me if I'm crazy here. If you're Tank Davis, right, and you're calling the shots at 135, because everybody knows that's the case. No one's going to really refute that. Why would you not jump on Devin Haney right now? Wouldn't this be the best time to say, hey, man, let's fight for undisputed. Let's get it on. Like,
what's the kryptonite for a boxer? I mean, for a puncher, though.
Well, Tank can box a little bit, though, man.
He sure
Tank,
can.
I think I would pick Tank over Devin Haney at 135, if I'm being honest.
Now, I don't see. I mean, there's a lot of people that would, because Devin gets hit more than we want. Like, does he favor Mayweather? Yeah. Is it easy to say out of the young guys he's the one that resembles Mayweather? Yeah, but he gets hit. Shakur gets hit statistically in the realm of Mayweather. Devin is getting hit a little bit more. We seen he got hit from Lomachenko, who's a southpaw. So obviously Tank is a southpaw. I would still pick the boxer because that's just who I am. I'm always picking the boxer.
You could go either way with it. I mean, but you have a good argument either way. I would favor Tank because
crazy power.
Yeah, Tank always seems to find a way to land that left hand, and when he does, it's fight changing, right? So,
and that Ryan fight, no matter what I thought, right? Like, I went into that knowing Tank was gonna win. I went into that knowing Tank was the superior fighter, but to watch the way that he did it and him give us a couple of rounds to show us, look, this is what I'm doing. Pay attention. I'm stopping him from jabbing. I'm smothering his own jab hand with my hand. I'm not even using, I'm just placing it there. And whenever he goes to take his hand off, I'm ducking. Like, he made it look so easy. Like, honestly, going into that fight, I always knew Tank would win. I never knew it would look that easy. Yeah, that easy.
That was very impressive what he did. He kept making Ryan feel uncomfortable and kept, like you said, kept knocking off his rhythm and never allowing him to get fully set to throw those punches that he wanted to throw. And he just got away. He does those little things that can be very disruptive to his opponent, and it's hard to really get off on Tank, And even in that Isaac Cruz fight, he came on strong in the end and really did some really smart boxing, and I thought he pulled it out.
I think that was one of his best performances for me. And again, because I prefer the boxer. So when he hurt his hand and he started pivoting and showing that boxing ability for the remainder of those rounds, which I believe was like round 3 where he hurt his hand, I said, wow. Because, we've interviewed people and heard from trainers like, no, Tank a box. He just ain't had to show it yet. Tank a box. And then versus a come forward puncher, a guy that can hit, a guy that doesn't get tired, he truly showed his boxing ability and his footwork, which is what really I fell in love with. The pivots were amazing to me, and the counter punches were amazing to me. So, no, he can certainly box, but I don't think that he has it's not traditional, right? Like, he's not a jabber. He's not going to get behind a stick. And we've never seen him in front of a guy who uses a stick consistently. Like, the jab is part of Devin Haney's, it is him. It's going to be the first punch thrown. It's going to be the most punch used. So that's what I want to see. How is he going to get consistently around that stick? And Devin has wonderful feet. He gets out of look at he pivoted with Loma. People didn't give him credit, but when Loma pivoted, he pivoted. And they told me that. They said, Loma gets out the way and hits you from angles that you don't see. So we're going to see what he do. When he pivot, we pivoting too.
And just front him. Just keep fronting him, yeah.
And that's what that fight was. They continuously turned each other in that fight. It was a great fight. I said it from the beginning too. Now that we're talking, Haney, I would have preferred him going into the rematch if he's staying at 35. I think that the momentum is there. You did 150,000 pay-per-view buys. People thought you lost. Now they'll pay to see you lose. And this rematch would do more than the first. Traditionally, rematches don't always do better, but sometimes, like Wilder Fury, they do better,
How much does a Tank Devin fight do on pay-per-view? I'm gonna say minimum worst case, $500K.
I would hope that is the ceiling. I mean the floor level for them.
Yeah.
Again,
I would have said 250.
Wow, no way. You're crazy.
This is what I've been saying.
Pay-per-view actual buys in this streaming world, and that's still a good number.
Bro, champ, Tank is coming off of 1.2 million. You think
that's what I'm saying, Ness.
You think he's gonna drop all the way down to 250 fighting a dude for all the belts?
Perfect argument, Ness.
No
I said
way.
the same thing.
No
a lot
way.
a lot of people, right? They don't realize, and this is just my opinion, and I think you agree with me here. He's gonna get some type of rub.
Residual.
Yeah.
Residual effect.
Exactly. Like think about Mayweather, right? When Mayweather fought De La Hoya, no one thought that was gonna do 2.4. So in his very next fight, did Mayweather go back down to 375 when he fought Hatton? No, he went down to 900. It's like Tank is never going to drop back down to that 250 unless he's really fighting someone that nobody cares about. If he's fighting anyone half decent, he probably going to be in that 400,000, 500,000 range now. I don't think he's going back down to the 250.
Bro,
it's my opinion.
That's like saying that everyone that watched is going to be like, yo, you beat Ryan, that's it. Just I'm not a fan. Like
he got some of Ryan's fans. Bro.
What about the people that he earned their fandom with that knockout, my brother?
My brother and
I hope so.
My brother and a couple of my friends who never watch boxing, they actually watched that fight. And they want to see Tank Davis fight again.
There may be some people out there that's like, yo, who was he fighting? And again, I'm not speaking for any, this is, people are gonna say.
You gotta look at empirical data. I mean, look at history. When someone finally had that breakthrough fight, right? They never went back down to where they started.
Word.
They got, like Ness said, some type of residual effect, or I like to call it the rub, right? They got some sort of rub from it. I think Ness, I've been saying that. A lot of people have been challenging my point, and Ness kind of agrees with me there. I mean,
I totally agree. I mean, listen, it's like you said. I mean, all I'm doing is reiterating what you fucking said, because they would have to put him with the dog ugliest, worst opponent for him.
Yeah, he ain't going back down to 250.
For him to do 250. Like, just think about it. Like,
if he fought Isaac Cruz, he would definitely go to 250.
Nah,
what?
That's 400.
Bro, he did 150,000 with Isaac Cruz on like 2 weeks' notice. He was a villain.
A meme. All they gotta do, man, is just keep showing highlight reels of the Ryan fight, and people are gonna be like, "Damn, I want to watch this guy again." Tank is must see TV, bro.
Yes.
He's must see TV, man. I'm not crazy about Tank the person, but I can't knock this dude's hustle as a fighter, man. Yeah. You could criticize the opposition all you want, but at the end of the day, this dude made a lot of money, man, these last couple years.
Joe, it's the definition of making something out of nothing, right? Because people criticize his opposition. They criticize the opposition, so he's literally made something out of nothing.
See, I don't want anybody to.
If you're making $5 million a fight to fight guys who you're fighting, with all due respect, he's killing it, bro. And then who knows what he made for this fight? Who knows what he made for this fight?
I don't want anybody to run with the narrative. I don't want anybody to run with the narrative that my prediction on the numbers is that. I'm not criticizing the opposition.
Oh no, we're holding you to it, man. We got you on video.
Nah, you holding yourself to it. You holding yourself to it.
I'm holding you to it, man. I'm holding you to your word.
Because listen, I'm talking about streaming. You talking about the opposition. Okay. I'm just talking about numbers.
Let me break that down to you, man.
No. You had your time. Let me finish up.
I'm gonna crush your narrative right now.
Me talking about the numbers that it might do. I'm just thinking, if somebody says, "Yo, I don't know if Haney even beat Lomachenko," I don't want to see Devin. I don't want to see Tank fight him. He might do the same thing to him he did to Ryan. People may or may not be interested in that, and that's a fact. That's not me criticizing Tank. That's me talking about the numbers. See, don't be one of them kind of people that take somebody's, assessment of the numbers as a criticism of the individual. You started going down that route and talking about how you don't particularly care for this and that. Don't put that on me. Hold that to yourself. So if you want to crush whatever, I'm not
telling you you have to agree with me. I'm just giving you a little. I'm giving you a little stick. I'm poking at you.
I ain't agreeing with you because you ain't saying what I'm saying. That's what I'm telling you.
I'm teasing you, bro.
I'm teasing you too, then.
I'm poking at you, man.
I'm poking too.
Well, I'm not taking offense to it.
No. It's all love.
I just want raising my voice. I'm not the one raising my voice. But let's get back on track.
I'm not raising my voice neither. I'm loud.
Let's get back on track. Let's get back on track.
I gotta have my chance to talk. We all, everybody talk. I sit back, I smoke, but I want my point to be my point, and then we could go from there. So My prediction on the numbers is the numbers. Don't put me in no conversation about me criticizing Tank. Tank is a cool
Who
guy.
said that? Who said that? Why are you getting defensive about it, bro?
Yeah, I mean, you still should
You're
not.
getting defensive.
You
You're getting
should not.
defensive about it.
I would not accept. You know, you need to smoke another L and
Yeah,
then.
here's the point.
No.
Ness.
I just want him to retract the numbers. I don't care about anything else.
No,
because
I'm just busting his chops about the numbers. But if he believes that, he can believe that. What's wrong with believing that? That's his opinion.
And
I'm not discrediting his opinion. I'm just giving him. I'm poking him a little. I'm kidding around with him. But what I am gonna say is this. I mean, you have people that no matter what, right? It's like Democrats and Republicans and independents, right? You have people that are always going to vote Democrat. You got people always going to vote Republican.
Yes.
You got two sides, and then you got the middle. They're pliable, right? They can go either way, right? So here's where the stream argument gets debunked. You're going to have dudes like me and Ness that no matter what, we're going to buy the pay-per-view.
Yep.
And then you're going to have some dudes, right? You got some dudes that are always going to stream. But then you got that middle. That middle is that key demographic. If you give them the right fight or they resonate with a specific fighter, right? Like
They'll
Mike
pay.
Tyson, you knew he was blowing guys out in 1 round, but you still bought it because you wanted to see the
perfect.
You wanted to see the car wreck. So here's the thing.
Joe,
let me land the plane, Ness, and I'll pass it right to you.
I was just gonna say that's a perfect example because of his pay-per-views with Roy Jones.
So you're gonna have them people in the middle that might after seeing that Ryan fight, right? He may have taken some of them people onto his side for whatever reason. Because even if you don't like the opponent, you know you're going to get a result that's going to be fun to watch, and you want to see the car wreck.
Yeah.
So you're going to have the people that stream all the time, and then you're going to have the people that buy all the time. You got to get them people in the middle that, for the right fight or the right fighter, they're going to buy. And to me, I think Tank has that style. Must-see TV. I think after that Ryan fight, he grabbed that middle demographic that will buy certain fights, depending upon the fight or the fighter. That's my point.
Very valid point. And based on that, I would say if Haney did 150 his last fight, right?
Yeah.
If we just taking numbers, 250 and 150, right? That's 400, right? And then you'd have to. That's why I said I still couldn't see the $500,000 if we just going off of just the numbers that are for face value. That's all I'm saying. That's why I said.
Well, here's another argument to that, and this is why I don't always agree with. Oh, this guy did this guy did that. It's the synergy of putting two guys together. Like two guys can make the right fight, and a lot of that empirical data from the past is irrelevant. Nothing suggested on paper that Ryan Tank was going to do 1.2. Nothing suggested on paper, based off of prior numbers, De La Hoya and Mayweather were going to do 2.4. Nothing suggested that Wilder and Fury were going to do 850. And I try to have this argument with people all the time. All you got to do is kind of feel the temperature. Look at people's interest in it. Like sometimes you just put, like when they used to use that argument with Wilder and Joshua. Oh, well, what is Wilder? What Wilder? You're comparing apples to oranges. When you put two guys together and the fight just works, you get a synergistic effect, and everything else doesn't matter. So that's what I'm saying. Like you got to look at the public interest for a specific fight, right? Or the public interest for a specific fighter. Tank knocks dudes out in emphatic fashion, gives casual fans something to chew on, what they want. See what I'm saying? So I think, like, my brother is like talking about Tank like he's like the shit. My brother don't watch boxing all the time, but he said I would pay to see this guy fight again. My brother said that. That's a casual fan.
I just want to get my 2 cents off so Amin knows what I meant. I meant, like, yeah, take a hit and retract the 250. It just doesn't make logical sense. The numbers don't.
Opinion, man.
I get that, but think about it. Like, Leo Santa Cruz isn't popular. Like, people don't even talk about him anymore, and they got to 225. We talking about 25,000 away from the number you're saying. So just with that sentence, right? Then factor in how long it's been since that fight. Just imagine a graph. It's impossible not to show Tank's line going up. You're saying that the trajectory went down, or that it spiked up for Ryan and it's gonna spike back down to like where it's impossible. Like it would at least have to trickle down. It could never just fucking drop avalanche style. No, it won't. It's just impossible.
If you look at history, when De La Hoya fought Trinidad, he did 1.4 with Trinidad. Prior to that, he was doing like 300,000, 500,000, whatever. After that Trinidad fight, man, he kind of stabilized at about 1 million to 800. He never went back down to the half. Like, if you just look at fighters in general, once they have that breakthrough fight, they never go back down to where they started. Now, it like Ness said, it'll take time. Like eventually they probably will go back down there as you know, you can't stay on top forever. Whether you're getting older as a fighter, you may not look as impressive. There's not much out there for you at some point in time. But it you know, when you go straight up like that, the ride down a lot of times is precipitous. It doesn't just go. History's kind of shown us that.
Bro, Tank is the face of boxing. Like, I mean, is there an argument for Canelo? Yes.
I think Canelo's the face of boxing.
But you're basing that off consistency. I'm basing it off of
what have you done for me lately?
No,
you have an argument.
No, not even what have you done for me lately? Just being the last man in what, maybe 7 years to get over 1 million.
Do you know
Canelo came close with Plant, but he didn't do it?
Do you know, right, that fight is already in the top 10 highest grossing fights in the history of the sport? You know that already?
Yeah.
It's like number 6.
Yep.
Yo, and again, I don't cape for nobody. But one thing you got to give Showtime credit for, they may not always be consistent. You may not always get the fights you want when you want them. But when it comes to a marquee fight, nobody does it better than them, bro. All you got to do is just look at the numbers. Like they got like,
I mean, now they don't have the competition. You know, I felt like HBO always did.
HBO was, but I'm saying now because HBO's not there anymore.
Yeah.
HBO could fuck with them, but once again, they still beating HBO in terms of having the highest grossing fights of all time. Like HBO can take credit for that Pacquiao Mayweather because they were half of it. So that's, you know, they got Lewis Tyson, right? They got half of that, right? So, you know, this whole thing that Showtime is going out of business, blah blah. Dude, Paramount Global is like the 5th largest fucking media company in the world, man. They're the parent company of Showtime, man. They generate $60 billion of revenue a year, man. Like, you know, the zone generates like they're worth like 2 billion. You can't even compare the two, bro.
Let's do this. Timestamp it, quote it, and I'm gonna roll up. If Haney and Tank happens, less than 500,000.
Wow.
Yeah,
you doubling down. You had a bad
doubling down, man.
You had a bad morning. I mean, listen to what you're saying, bro. Let me tell you something. I'm literally on record.
He's a non-believer.
No,
you have to have non-believers in this world.
Yeah,
man.
but
that's just the way it is.
I'm a believer till I see it, kind of guy.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, remember,
I know, but you got to look at data, bro. You got to look at history. You got to kind of like. It's like Ness. Ness is a businessman. He knows how to assess numbers. He goes from year to year looking at his video count. He sees this video does this video does that. He knows how to do comparative analysis. That's how you assess things. You got to look at history and you got to say to yourself, once a guy reaches this level, you know, there's going to be some type of residual benefit to it, man.
I can't even believe that you would say under 500 with the buildup, with Bill will release the footage.
Oh.
Coach Calvin will release his footage. Like, you know how much shit they got on each other, man?
This Devin,
there's gonna be talks, interviews, sit downs with Floyd. These are both of his pupils. They'll find Floyd Sr. And if they can't find him, they got video of Devin working with Floyd Sr. Use mine, please. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, no way. And let me tell you, the audiences, I went to the Tank fight in Atlanta. I went to the Tank fight in LA. I went to the Devin fight in Vegas. Bro, those audiences mix. I've told you, it's like Skittles. Every Lamborghini color is out there. The women is insane. Dr. J was in fucking Tank's fight, man. I mean, when those two audiences mix, you got to understand, you're talking about the Bay Area and Baltimore. And then all the celebrities and the hip-hop crowd. Like, yo, that shit. I mean, look, Tank's already showing you he breaks, right? He broke record in Barclay. Now he broke records again with the gate with Ryan. It's what he does. You can't, again, there's no way your trajectory keeps going up and then you pitch a dud. That just, it doesn't happen.
Here's another thing too, Ness.
Ain't a dud.
Here's another thing too, Ness. Haney's becoming more popular now.
Of course.
He's been hitting the podcast scene and he's been crossing over. You got rappers and
he's the villain. He's the villain. They're going to want Tank to beat him because of what happened with Vasil on free TV. Well, that wasn't free, but it's on ESPN. So, you know, it got splattered all over everywhere. And everybody's talking about. Devin will be the villain. Tank, because of the power, they're going to knock this fool out. He don't deserve them belts. Vasil's supposed to have them belts. Tank going to get them. Yo, you don't get it.
I'm shocked.
It's money made all over again. They're going to pay to watch Devin lose. And Tank happens to be the superhero.
I'm shocked Team Davis ain't trying to make this fight right now. I'm
shocked. I mean,
I'm shocked.
ESPN reported yesterday, Mark Kriegel said that Bill Haney told him the same thing that he told me and Aki TV, that there was no contract. They haven't been sent anything, so they go on the Regis route. I mean, Bill went as far as to tell me that he sat down with Leonard and Leonard told him that, you know, they're doing great with Devin, but the time is not now. Maybe later on, but not today. So
that's crazy.
I don't know.
Crazy. Why would you not want that now? Damn, that's crazy.
I don't know. I mean, maybe because
maybe I'm seeing something that maybe I don't know something.
No, maybe it's budget. Like, can you have two super fights in the same year? Is it considered a super fight? And then again, you got to consider Tank would be fighting 3 times in a 12-month, you know, in one calendar year. You know, it would be all 2023. He came out of jail. I don't know. I don't know. You know, but the time is now, because if Devin moves up, he ain't coming back.
That's what I'm saying. Like Devin is busting open at the seams at 135, right? Now is the time to get him, bro. Now is the time to get him. They must see something that they don't like with the fight.
How would you feel, the both of you, if they sent Devin a contract and said, let's do it at 35, all the marbles? We'll even give you a 50-50 split, but you got to have a rehydration clause.
Oh, I would hate that.
Rehydration. You're too big. You're too big. You're getting big. We know you want to move up.
Here's the problem with that. Here's the problem with that. They went on record saying that they wouldn't have given Ryan a rehydration clause if he agreed to 135.
I mean,
that's what they said. I don't know how true that is. So
not only that, he already fought Mario Barrios. I ain't buying that. You can't do that. Nope.
But we can go back on that. We're the A side. We know that, gentlemen.
They said Mario Barrios said they put a rehydration clause in his fight too.
He sure did.
But they also took the fight at 140.
Correct.
You get what I'm saying? Like, nah, and again, that A side slut talk is nasty. Nah, I don't want to go back on that. I wouldn't appreciate if Tank did that no hydration clause.
So you're saying I just want to be clear. So your stance is, if the contract came like that, you don't want Haney to take it, and yeah, you don't want Haney to take it.
No.
Haney would probably take it, but
this is what I'm saying.
I wouldn't like it.
Exactly. I don't like the contract, but I can't say whether he can or should or shouldn't. If he can make the weight, you got to take it.
No. You have to. Like, that's the whole point. Like, you got to say, I'm asking for you to give me a definitive, like, no, take it. I mean, it's like, yo, I don't like the rehydration, but this is a natural sacrifice in boxing. He wouldn't be the first to do some sacrifice. Secondly, Tank won't be the first or last A-side to send a clause in a contract. So what I want is a definitive answer. This is how the contract came. What do you want as a boxing fan? Do you still want Haney to sacrifice and take it, or do you want him to stand on his two and walk away from that fight?
What was the rehydration clause for Ryan? 146? He couldn't go above 146?
Yeah, I believe it was 46, right?
Devin
10 pounds.
Devin probably rehydrates to at least 150, probably more. That would be so hard for Devin to do that, bro. That would be so hard. As a father, I would probably turn it down, bro. Because you got to look at the father. Like, I don't want to
ask Virgil Ortiz and his pops.
Yeah, if I'm dad in that situation, if I'm Bill in that situation, I'm thinking about my son's health.
That says to me, you really don't want to fight me if you want to make me do some shit like that. So,
but what about if Devin is you got to understand, Devin's coming into this telling his dad, this is what we've been doing all our life.
Oh, like, Devin's the boss then. I mean, Devin wants it, he wants it.
Because you guys got to understand his mindset.
If I'm dad, if that's your son,
no. You got to be Joe Habib as a fight fan. Do you want Devin to take the contract with the rehydration and sacrifice for the good of boxing, or do you want him to stand on his two and walk away?
Beep, this is the great businessman. You see how he said? He said, don't be no father, be a fucking businessman.
No, be a fight fan.
As a bloodthirsty fan, that I would go watch two pigeons in the street fight over a piece of bread. Hell yeah, I'd probably want to see it.
All right, and you know what I mean?
But I would have a feeling of griminess to it. Like, I would kind of, like, after I watched it, want to go take a shower and shit. That's because I would just feel like wouldn't feel right.
Hey,
you know
listen,
what I'm saying?
I gotta preface it that way, because there were people that said Ryan signed the contract. You know what I mean? So it's doable. The A sides do it. Ryan did it. Yes, Ryan's was different and worse than the one we're hypothetically speaking for Haney, but you know, I'm just trying to see, what boxing fan are you? Like, I particularly believe I would have to ask Haney to sacrifice as well. I don't see Tank having a career at 40. I see Tank doing one-offs at 40 that matter. Like, he can stay down there. You see a different Tank. A disciplined Tank can make weight. He can stay there. Ponce de Leon had an entire career at 29 and 30, or 30? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, for a while.
Tank doesn't have to move up. And honestly, when's the last time you seen 35-pounders making $5 million? Like, why would he move up to put himself in danger with bigger guys and that rehydrate higher when I'm bringing the finances down here?
Well, Haney can say the same thing. Why would I I'm doing fine where I'm at. Why would I take the risk?
Fine.
Putting my body in that position, and I can go and make money elsewhere without that.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think Devin would take it.
But the key word he used was fine. We know Devin to get guarantees of 3, 2.8. That's what you can Google. We talking about Tank at the 250,000 buys that you're laughing at. Tank easily brings home $8 million, my brother. They can guarantee him 5. Just 225,000, I believe the math is somewhere around 22 million, not to mention his fucking gate. The dude brings in dough. He could fight. He could fight whoever he wants.
Because $500,000 would be great by that account. That's not a shot. Isn't that great business?
No, numbers-wise, it would be great for his pockets, but I'm saying you're still underestimating the growth of Tank.
Can't have your cake and eat it too.
No, he will.
Money.
He will.
And the gate would be crazy. The gate would be crazy. As you said, the ambiance, who would show out, the people, and kind of, on the same side, same culture.
Let me ask you this, Amin. Let me ask you this. Is there anyone out there right now that Tank could fight that he could ever generate 1 million pay-per-view buys with again? That's a tough one. That's a tough one, isn't it?
That's a good question.
I got the answer.
Because with respect, can I ask you a question? What was your prediction for pay-per-view buys with the Ryan fight? Did you think that
I thought it was going to do 1 million.
Okay.
Because I said this has to be the time where everybody respectfully, I don't know how many follows and followers Ryan Garcia had, but I said a small fraction of that has to tune in to see if our guy is real. So you know what I mean? So I felt like somebody was going to show. Plus the Mexican audience. He's a fake heartthrob. I felt like he had a lot of marketing tools going in that direction.
I originally thought that fight would do 800,000, but like with 3 weeks to go, I said, "Yo, this is going over 1 million." You know, and I'll tell you why, because everybody was talking about it, and I was looking at the TikToks, I was looking at the shorts. Those motherfuckers was getting millions and millions of hits. I was like, people was really getting behind. My friend was like, "Yo, did you see that All Access Ryan Garcia going like dudes was talking about this fight like really bad."
My 5-year-old was coming to me telling me, "Yo, Dad, Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia is gonna fight." Like it was that big. That's how I knew it was gonna do over 1 million. You get like that, like you said, you gotta feel.
So you don't think your son's gonna want to see Gervonta? He's gonna be like, "Dad, I want to see."
Yo, can I be real with you?
Yeah.
My son, he's 6. He know who Tank Davis is. My son don't know who Devin Haney is.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's the point. He gonna tune in to see Devin. He gonna tune in to see Tank, and then see Devin, this flashy kid, just as flashy as Tank. If not, I mean, it's a totally different style, in my opinion. Tank likes to say that Devin is copying him, but I think they have 2 different styles.
Would y'all think I'm trolling if I told y'all my son know who Lomachenko is?
Well, then he knows who Devin is, because how is he going to...
Lomachenko
he didn't watch his
been
last
around
fight?
a while, bro. Lomachenko been around a while.
It was before because of Loma's being a southpaw and a lot of his footwork. I would just show it to him because, you know what I mean? My son be, doing his little thing. So I just be showing him. So I'm just saying, just in terms of visibility and exposure, if I'm showing him something, I'm like, "Yo, son, this guy danced. He took ballet. His father took him out of boxing and put him in ballet." So I'd be showing him examples of footwork. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, let me see. I got this poll, and I asked the audience, what would you say to Shakur versus Kambosos next? And my options are, I would be mad, but watch it, 20%. No, Shakur needs to fight Devin or Loma, 37%. It's the plan for Top Rank, 32%. I would be mad and not watch it, 11%. Where do you guys lie at?
I mean, I'm a loser. I watch everything, man. But I don't like the fight.
Yeah.
I think it's a one-sided fight, man. I don't think it would be a particularly fun fight to watch either, bro. I wouldn't be happy about it.
You think he stops him like he's claiming that he can? I mean, obviously he's sharper than most fighters.
Well, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, he could stop.
He stops him.
He could stop him because he'd be hitting him so many times, bro. He could bust him up. No, he could bust him up. It could be like he could be like on the ropes. Just I don't think he could stop what's coming at him with Shakur. He ain't gonna be able to freaking defend against Shakur, in my opinion.
Not only that, if you guys seen what Oscar Valdez just posted recently, or was a part of an interview, he said the thing with Shakur, he wasn't pulling back. It was just moving just slightly, so your fist is right in front of him.
Yeah, I seen that.
And he ain't back like Kambosos is food. That boy's a whole plate.
Kambosos, he's just not on that level, man. He's not on that level. Not for Shakur. Like, it would be his retirement fight. Honestly, he would get hit so much, so clean. It would be bad for him. Bad for him. But phone lines are open, ladies and gentlemen. Beeb, I'm gonna go to the phone lines. I don't know if you want to cut out. I know you only had a certain.
I gotta bust out, but I appreciate it. Nice seeing you, Ameem. Nice seeing you, Ness. I'm gonna break out, but I appreciate always stopping by, man. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you for jumping on.
All right, man.
So yeah, man, we're gonna open up these phone lines. I mean, same for you. I know it's Sunday, Family's Day, if you have to go. If not, we will proceed to go into.
Somebody in the chat recommended, I take a smoke break, so I'm gonna listen to some callers, take another smoke break, and see if anybody can sway my opinion. But I'm gonna stay here in the territory.
Listen,
stay in my ground.
Listen, on Twitter, someone believes you. They like, yo, I mean, it's right. Haney Tank doesn't do over 500. So you're not completely alone. You feel me? I maybe it's because I got that data, right? I was at the Mario Barrios fight. I was at the Isak Cruz fight. I was at the Jojo Diaz fight. I was at the Linares fight. I seen those audiences, man. You don't get it. Like, yo, and you from where I'm from, like you being from North, like you wanna be there. You wanna be at that fight with those two audiences. You wanna be there. Like I said, Dr. J was at the Atlanta one. I mean, luckily I was with my man. Oh man, I smoked so much. What is his name? Tyler. I was with Tyler, and he's way younger than me, so he was putting me on all them Atlanta rappers because all I seen was sick jewelry coming through. You feel me? I mean, it was 20,000, I think, in Atlanta, bro. That entire arena's grass area of the outer arena where the parking was, it was all Lamborghinis and Phantoms and Bentleys and everything that we can't afford. It was like a fucking gigantic music video, ass cheeks everywhere, just thongs disappearing in sheer pants. I mean, it was insane. You don't understand. Like those, and I'm saying the same for Devin. If you went to Devin, which one was the one that I think it was Mandalay Bay? Same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see them audiences mix. I think it's going to be a movie. You know, again, they have so many elements. 500 is just so low, in my opinion. You know, you got, even if you can't get Floyd, you got Floyd on video throughout the internet, speaking highly of both. Even if you can't get Floyd Sr., you got Floyd Sr. working with Devin throughout the internet. There's so much that can be done in an all access to show the casual audience, you know, who Devin is, because they already know who Tank is, you know. And then when you start putting the little clips of the sparring and how they sparred at a young age and then sparred again, and how, you know, interviews of Bill claiming he had a bet and made money. Man, there's just too much information out there for them not to be able. We talking about Emmy Award dudes, you know, like, well, what was it? Not Rosenberg. What the fuck? Greenberg. Ross Greenberg from HBO. He was Emmy Award winning. I don't know who's doing it at Showtime these days, but, you know, they should be able to put together a movie for casual fans to introduce Devin and sell him as this generation's Money May. Now, do you like that I'm saying that? No, but that's marketing. That's why they call a new way the monster, and the biggest name on his resume is Nonito. That's why Triple G was who he was. He wasn't Golovkin, Gennadovich, Golovkin. He was Triple G, you know, for a reason. But I don't know.
See, I get every single thing you're saying, and if I understand business, like, you know, you and B, you know what I'm saying, top level Wall Street businessman, you know what I'm saying? I'm a little low level businessman. I think the word valuation, I think the value of all of that, I just don't think it gets you above $500,000. Put out the all access. It's an intriguing, and I'm gonna be watching it all. I just don't think the value of it gets it that high. I could be wrong though.
All right. Well, I'm going out to the callers. Let's see. We got. Oh, well, let me open it up properly. If you haven't already hit the thumbs up, do that. If you haven't dropped us a 5-star review on iTunes, that's free, and it helps tremendously. Do that on your train rides, your bus rides, your car rides, as long as you ain't driving. If you're in the Uber, you're on the toilet, I don't care. Drop that 5-star review on iTunes. Everybody with an iPhone has an iTunes app. But it's really not iTunes, it's podcast app. But, you know, you gotta get to the podcast app through the App Store or whatever. It's a free download. You just look for the Boxing Voice and drop that 5-star review. That's super important. I will read it on the show.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
Subscribe to youtube.com/theboxingvoice for the latest and greatest interviews with your favorite fighters.
They're coming for you, I mean. They're like, yo, ask how many buys Spence Crawford do then?
Yeah, I seen that. Now that, again, y'all gonna think I'm just biased, man. But that
look.
Anywhere between 4 and 5.
Wow. Them
That's
dudes.
a high number. Y'all acting like that's not a high number.
Bro, this is like the fight of the fucking last 10, last 8, 7, damn, only 5. You out here You out here like being greedy with pay-per-view buy numbers.
Maybe I'm cheap.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Or maybe I'm just old. I don't know. School me to something.
Yo, damn, 500,000 for Bud and that's honestly that I want more for them. I want more for them, man. Honestly, I want more for them. I pray that they get more. I hope that they get more. I got Tony T, who says Troy Isley by decision. Let me get my feet right. Hold on, man. Hold on. Shout out to my betting team. Santillán by decision. Keyshawn by decision. We got the big bag last night. Gang, gang. 3 money bag emojis. Salute Tony T in that champ level. So he listened to the betting show. We would have made more money, but they robbed us on Maxi. We know how they do. We got JG Wentworth, member for 6 months on that champ level. He said, listen, if you pick Hughes, that's fine. I pick Kambosos, and I enjoy the financial benefits. Once again, shout out to Ringwalk Danny with the pick. Money mouth face emoji. Sorry, Ness. Yo, you ain't got to be sorry, because remember, if you were part of the betting crew like you are, because you took Danny's pick, we also took Danny's pick. We hedged it. We got some Kambosos by decisions in other parlays that are still alive, but the fact that we knew Maxi would win and we didn't get our decision, that stings a little bit more. Boxing Hacker with the $5 super chat. He says Shakur versus Frank Martin or Lomachenko makes the most sense. Yes, it does, but Martin is on another side of the street. Unless it's going to be for the actual vacant title, I don't think PBC would let it happen. And still, that's a tough fight for Martin, especially after watching him versus Artem. I don't know that the PBC would let Martin fight Shakur in a vacant title shot. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that's a real tough fight for Martin. And I don't know that they put Martin in there with Shakur more so than they put him in there with Davis,
I'm going to go on a limb and say this. If they ever allowed it to happen, it would be only after winning the purse bid. I don't think they would. I don't think they're gonna come to an. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna come to an agreement with Shakur where they send Frank on ESPN to be the B-side and not the favorite.
Yeah, I don't think that happens.
Because honestly, Frank's not the favorite in that fight.
No, of course not.
Exactly. So that's like, it's like hard. That's like Stephen Fulton going to Japan. It's not easy. You know what I mean? Will they do it? Maybe because of Stephen Fulton going to Japan, but I don't know. I got Boxing Hacker with another $5 super chat. He says, no rehydration clause for Devin. Nothing is worth your health. As a fan, I want them to fight at their best, not one at 100% and the other and another in at 65%. That's what I was looking from you guys. What did you want from that contract? I got Tevis Smith with a fat $10 super chat. Floyd made the last 2 faces of boxing, Canelo and Tank. He's the maker of superstars. But, that's only 2. Bob is the maker of superstars as he made Floyd, Oscar, Mikey. Who else did Oscar make? He made Marquez. He made Pacquiao. Bob got more stars under that belt. Fats, what up?
Yo.
Fats, what up?
What's up with y'all, man? Yeah, I want to speak on the whole card. I watched the fight last night and shit. Keyshawn Davis, man, it's about time for you to fight somebody, bro. I get you having fun in there and shit, but you doing an airplane instead of just going back to your corner. dude got push you out of space.
Hold up.
Bro.
Why you hating? Because first of all,
no, I'm not hating. No, listen,
you
I'm not
is,
hating.
you
I'm just
is.
saying,
Nah,
but it's
because,
not hate. I'm just
bruh,
saying, no.
didn't
I'm
they
just
call
saying,
him a
bruh,
prospect though? Didn't they say he's 2022
I didn't
prospect?
say that. I said it's time to fight somebody. Meaning
But
just it's time
but
to
how
just
you
step up the
going?
competition.
But
That's all I'm saying.
facts. How you gonna say that? Like, look at his resume. Look who he did fight. Look who he
I'm
is
not saying he
fighting.
got to fight a champion. Listen, I'm not saying he got to fight a champion or nobody. Like, I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's time to fight some top 10, you know what I mean? Top 10 people in them rankings.
That
That's all I'm
dude
saying, bro.
was top 10. That dude was top 10. He was ranked
I'm not
above
saying
him.
dude was a bum. I'm not saying dude was a bum. Now, you didn't hear me say dude was a bum.
But
What
you
I'm saying is
it's
this.
but you saying it's time.
I'm saying he doing an airplane. Yeah, I'm saying if you're doing an airplane and doing all that, obviously you ain't respect that dude in there. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm hating on him. I'm just saying for you to be doing all that, clearly you ain't respect your opponent. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying with that. It was a good fight.
All
I
right,
like
so who you want him to fight? Who you want him to fight?
I'm just saying it's time to step up the opponent.
Okay,
Let me move on with that,
matchmake for me though. Matchmake for me. Who would you like to see him fight?
I can't say right now because I don't really got the rankings in front of me to say that. I'm only gonna name top guys.
You
so
listening on Twitter or you watching on YouTube too?
I'm on Twitter right now.
Oh, because I could screen share the rankings right now for you, and just
go ahead and say something. Go ahead and name me some names.
It's way too many names.
Oh, all right, don't worry about it. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. I ain't saying it was a cherry pick. I'm just saying for him to be doing all that, it just kind of shows you don't respect your opponent. So okay, cool. Just step up the competition next fight. That's cool. But the
I just feel this was a step up, man. I just feel this was.
It was cool. It was a cool fight. I'm just saying how he presented himself in the ring. Like you didn't really respect dude. You get what I mean? You doing an airplane and dude got to push you out his face to go back to your corner. Like, bro, like just go back to your fucking corner. Like, okay, you beating the shit out of him. That's cool, but go back to your corner, bro. Like you doing all that.
He's shining. That's called shining. That's called shining. That's called showboating.
That's cool. I'm just saying that for me. Like, bro, you ain't respect him. Okay, cool. Obviously, we see you ain't supposed to be in there with him. But I don't want to waste too much time on him. You know what I mean? But the Maxi Hughes, he got robbed. He definitely got robbed. I fell asleep halfway through the fight, but I woke up and watched the rest of it. I had Maxi Hughes 9-3. I don't know where the hell they got them scores from, but I didn't see at no point that Kambosos make that fight close, or even for him to edge it out. I don't know what the hell they saw. I was like, yo, what the hell? They robbed this guy, but we know what they setting up. They setting up the Lomachenko and Kambosos fight, which they tried to set up before him and Devin. I mean, that's clear what's going on. And that's why it's funny to me, like Shakur Stevenson, I saw the Fight Hub TV shit. Yeah, you know I mean, he called out Kambosos and shit, but Kambosos like, bro, like, I done fought. My last 4 fights have been against top 10 opponents. Like, when you gonna go in there and fight somebody? Like, you wanna be calling me out and shit, but I'm fighting Lomachenko next. But Shakur Stevenson saying he wanna fight Lomachenko next. Like, I don't know what he gonna do, because it's like the undisputed champ offered you a fight. You declined it. Now you talking about you want to fight Lomachenko, but he said he not fighting you on Twitter in your face. And then you say you want to fight George Kambosos, but he gonna fight Lomachenko. So it's like, bro, like what you gonna do? You gonna fight Bert. What's that dude name that's ranked high in the WBO right now? Bert Cheek, whatever your name is. He gonna fight him next. Yeah. He gonna fight him next. So it's like, bro, like again, there's another missed opportunity. Now you been doing all this talking and saying that nobody want to fight you, but you turning down fights and you want to take easy matches. Like, come on, bro. Like, what the fuck? Like, take a good fight. Like, I ain't saying, I don't want to be a nigga business manager and all that, but I just look at simple shit. Like, bro, if dudes offering to fight you and you ain't fighting nobody, then these dudes you talking about, Lomachenko, you want to get in the ring with him, but he ready to get in the ring with Kambosos. Like, bro, you ready to be the odd man out yet again. Like, to me, it's like, bro, these dudes gotta stop talking and just fight. But the Kambosos fight, he definitely wasn't supposed to win that fight. Maxi Hughes got robbed, man. And that's all I gotta say about that one.
Yo, it's funny. Everybody got a different perspective. You know what I'm saying? That's that phrase, glass half full or half empty. You feel me? Like, he's obviously a Shakur detractor. Cause to say Shakur is gonna be the odd man out, yes, he may very well be, but not for the reasons that you're trying to insinuate. Like, Loma should be fighting Shakur if Devin moves up. There's no way that Loma should be fighting George Kambosos for a vacant title or for the IBO. He should be fighting Shakur if Devin moves up. There's no way Kambosos should be fighting Lomachenko. Lomachenko would be disgusting if he went after Kambosos after that performance and for the IBO. It would be the definition of low-hanging fruit. When he knows his status as the number one in the WBC will give him a vacant title shot with Shakur Stevenson. And Shakur knows his status as number two will get him a vacant title shot with Vasyl Lomachenko. And yesterday, I will repeat it again, it came to me. I believe Top Rank will make a vacant WBO, WBC unification fight for Shakur versus Lomachenko, and here's why. As you can see in the WBO, Devin is the champ. He moves up to fight Regis. These belts go vacant. Shakur's number one, Vasyl's number two. WBC, Vasyl's number one, Shakur's number two. Both those belts will be on the line. First time ever vacant title unification. Mark my words. That's going to happen. I'm telling you.
Seen it like a 20-inch zenith. Believe it?
Word. I'm telling you, man. That's going to happen. And I'm only saying that again because Fat seemed to think that Shakur going to end up fighting some more nondescript dudes. It's just, there's no way. You know, if that happens, you shouldn't be talking about Shakur. We should be talking about Vasyl Lomachenko. Vasyl is number one and number two. You don't even see, I just screen shared, you don't even see George Kambosos near the ones and twos. He's down by the eights and nines. Like, there should be no reason Vasyl, unless he's openly saying, yo, I'm old, I'm tired, I need a soft touch. Then who am I? Who am I to say you can't get a soft touch? But don't say it's Shakur, not, you know, the odd man out and what he gonna do. And no, he's in position. He's in position. And he's in position to fight the next best guy, which is Vasyl Lomachenko, in two different sanctionings. Like, if Vasyl and Shakur's not next, it's because old man Vasyl don't want to lose again. It's just that simple. I mean, you got anything to say before I go to some callers?
Nah, let it rip.
All right. Let me double check on these super chats. Don't want to leave anybody behind. We last stopped off at Tevis with the 10 hours. We got Andre Ward's biggest fan from Sweden, $65 Swedish money. He says, you need a race war to sell a lot of pay-per-views. That's why Tank and Floyd mostly fought Hispanics, and precisely why Spence and Crawford won't do 1 million pay-per-view buys. Yeah, I think that's a lie that people sell. Right? Like, I mean, how many Americans are there in America? Is somehow Latin Americans outnumbering just the Americans? Like, I don't get why we believe that you need a Hispanic. Yeah, Floyd made it the green print, but like, you know, that's a misconception that African Americans don't get any support. It makes zero sense when that has been like the key element in all big fights. Like, where's the Spanish on Spanish big fights? Like, are they historically in, like, what are their numbers? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, okay, we got Canelo and Chavez did like 1.1, and what did Canelo and Cotto do? Like 900 or something like that? Like, you know, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I don't see Valdez and Navarrete poised to do $1 million just because they're both, you know, 1 million buys just because they're both Mexican. So
I mean, it's what I'm saying. Like, there is no, like, you know, Oscar fought who other than Julio Cesar Chavez, you know what I mean, that was Mexican or Latin, and he did a bunch of numbers on pay-per-view. Like, it's just not true. The key element is always an African American, just as much as it is a Hispanic. But what are the numbers for Floyd and Mosley? I mean, they certainly weren't. They certainly were two African Americans. I don't believe that Spence Crawford are capped because they're African American. I think that they could capture both audiences just like any individual. Fucking, it's just an oxymoron to say some shit like that, because Pacquiao was from the Philippines. You know what I mean? And what race war did he have? With who exactly?
Yeah, if you continue to perpetuate that, man, I think that's what, you know what I mean, is worse. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get that there's marketing and there's demographics, but nobody need nothing. We need the best fights, and
I mean, just
this
think
is one
about
of the
it.
best fights.
When's the last time Mexico versus Puerto Rico's been broadcasted as this big thing? Like, they kind of try to do it with Xander, but it's never been high level since, I don't know, Hector Camacho and whoever the fuck Miguel Cotto fought, Margarito, like Cotto versus Margarito and Hector Camacho versus whoever, but we haven't had that high level. The last high level, let me tell you, was Mauricio Herrera, Danny Garcia in Puerto Rico. Like, I'm being honest. Unless you're gonna tell me some little dudes, Collazo versus whoever the fuck nobody knows, but high level, name value, like, we've lost that because, there ain't been no popping Puerto Ricans. And maybe now Matisse can give us that, but it still won't be high level because he not popping. He not Berlanga. And y'all don't even think Berlanga popping because y'all think he's not the goods. And the guy with the goods is Matisse, but he's not popping because he's not popular. So, I don't know. Tevis Smith with another $10 super chat. He says, I think Spence Crawford can do 1 million. ESPN has ran more ads and talked about this fight more than they did for Haney Loma. Well, that's a good thing for sure. Tommy! Sunny Florida.
What up, Ness? You got me?
Yep.
Yes, sir. Shout out TBD. Yeah, man. I'm pretty sure it's the caller before me, but it was just like 5 minutes ago. It's kind of people like him that make bosses don't give a fuck. Because how you call in and say he need to step up, he need to fight a top 10 dude, and then you school him that was a top 10 dude. Oh, no, I'm just this. I'm just saying this. I'm just saying, like, bro, you said something because you didn't know the facts. And once somebody told you the facts, you still went to arguing the shit. Like, I don't get it, bro. So, basically, like, with him and Frank, you have an outing where you're not looking like unbeatable, and they start to diminish your win. I see like the comments and shit on on the internet about it.
Wait. What you reading on the internet about Keyshawn? He ain't look vulnerable to me. I mean, that dude ain't have success.
Nah. Just certain people had certain comments on his IG, and the top rank IG, just saying shit like, oh, he looked like trash. Oh, this and that. Just talking down on the man. But those just trolls and haters. But it starts from what that dude called, what he said, like, oh, he need to step his game up. The dude was a top 10, and he looked great. Like, that was a basically a one-sided ass whoop. He took a couple shots. It's a fight. You're going to get punched. It's not like you're supposed to dodge every single punch thrown at you all through 10 rounds. But yeah, people when they don't know the guy, when they don't follow the guy, when they never heard of the guy, they just feel like a professional is trying to fight a 2-year-old kid, and he's just supposed to just knock his ass over. So, that's how that shit gonna be. I'm like everybody else, kind of, sort of. I fell asleep during the Maxi Hughes and Kambosos, but
y'all terrible, man.
Yeah.
Y'all terrible. You should have been tuned in to us, bro. We were excited.
No, don't talk down on me because you done fellas people plenty of fights next. Don't even do that.
Nah, for sure,
You
for
feel
sure,
me?
for sure, for
Yeah,
sure.
don't bad talk me because I did it once. Come on, man.
Nah,
But,
you right. You right.
But what I saw Maxi like the first 4 rounds. I saw him working, dog. So for me to wake up and see that somebody only gave him 3 damn rounds, I was like, oh damn. But like I said, I don't know how the rest of the fight went, so I can't really argue it too much. But I listened to you when you said how you felt. But yeah, and then what somebody was asking what the Tank and the Haney do.
Champ, come on now. You heard that bell. Jordan, I see you there, but you ain't pressed 1, so I'm assuming that you are not ready. Discord, I see my man Hola Ovito. But it's not Ovito, it's like Otito. I don't know. Is this XDX Renzi? I don't even know. Who this? All right, we don't hear you. We'll be right back to you. Make sure we get that working. Nike Hendricks. Nike, hit that unmute button. Nike, all right, I'm about to move on, Nike. 5, 4, 3.
Yo.
Damn, right when I hit C-Dub and what up?
Hey, man, I'm going to make it quick, man. All I got to say is Devin the Truth. He beat a 2-time champ. Facts.
All right. We got Oito again. What up? You got a request, champ. Oh, there you go.
Appreciate you, Ness, bro. I don't know, the audio be in and out with the Discord sometimes, but shout out TVV. Ness doing this thing as usual. First topic, man, I want to hit. From where we started, I gotta say, I feel like they got you this morning, man. He was tweaking with the 500K. We still not even taking into consideration that these big fights been happening back to back. We had the Tank and the Ryan. We finna get Bud and Spence. Now, if they come right behind it after this fight and do Tank and Devin, that shit, like you said, Ness, it's an up trajectory. This shit like stocks. It
Momentum, baby, momentum. Momentum.
Exactly. Ain't no peeking back down off of that. So we still got to see what happens next week to even see, like, okay, let them boys sit back and watch. Tank just got out. Devin been doing this thing. Let them boys, you feel me? They could have sat back and even had the chance to watch and see what this fight do. And that might have motivated them more. Just like I know seeing what Tank and Ryan did motivated Bud and Spence. They like, hey, bro, we got to get on the phone after what they just did. Let's go and make this, you feel me? Make this shit happen now. Like, let's do it. So I feel like people would just be rushy with that shit. But you painted a beautiful picture, Ness. I ain't gonna lie on bringing that up. Tank versus Devin in Atlanta. That shit would be a movie. Every celebrity gonna be there, like you said. And I know that's that fight that you was talking about with Tank versus
I don't think it'll be
Barrios.
in Atlanta.
That happened on my birthday, and I'm from Atlanta, so that shit was lit on my birthday in the city. We was out.
I don't think it'll happen in Atlanta for the record, just because Vegas is going to pay them to fight over there. Plus, they're going to be able to sell the tickets more expensive. The reason you can sell tickets more expensive is Vegas because there's more to do. It's like, I'm coming for the fight, but I got X, Y, Z to do.
You got a lot of shit to do. Facts. Yeah, that would be, like I said, that would be nice as far as, like you said, just a celebrity of seeing those two crowds mix in. I'm telling you, like, whoever win, they'll be on the after party show after that. Like, the rest of the time in Atlanta, because that will go crazy. But I say, that's on that, man. That's good. As far as the Maxi situation, I ain't gonna lie, Ness. I was falling asleep on that fight. No cap. In the bed watching that fight.
That's the bell,
I hopped on
champ.
the
That's the
YouTube and
bell.
put y'all
Like,
on.
yo, the bell
You start
rang.
waking me
You
up
heard me?
because
You hear
I
me?
ain't even.
Look, you know, it's one-way audio on Discord. Champ, that's the bell. I was giving you extra time, but you started talking about Maxi putting you to sleep. He put you to sleep because y'all wasn't watching my live. The excitement was over here, high level. Go watch the playback. You feel me? And that's what I'm saying. It makes sense to bet. Like, yeah, I know they like, oh, Ness, everybody ain't financially in a situation. Yo, bet like me. I bet a fucking $2, man. $2 here, $5 there. Like, you know what I'm saying? But having a little bit of investment in the fight gives you that extra that you need. Now, don't get me wrong. It could go both ways. It could ruin your fucking night, too. Like, look, Stephen Shaw, that motherfucker ruined everything. Like, you know, but, you know, I'm an experienced bettor at this point, so I had multiple parlays. One of them parlays obviously had motherfucking Stephen Shaw. He lost and ruined that, and I was very upset, very upset. Like, I didn't expect him to lose at all. You know, I was struggling with, I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm picking Stephen Shaw by decision because he not this knockout puncher, even though he does get knockouts on lower level dudes. But I didn't know this dude from Australia. And look, he beat Stephen Shaw, but I don't think Stephen Shaw is going to be the same. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was taking shots when he should have been clinching. So was he taking them shots deliberately to get that fight stopped? Was he looking for a way out? That shit looked weird to me, like unnecessary shots. You know what I'm saying? He gonna have to reassess shit. But yeah, man, I'm going out to these callers. My bad. We got Mad Bent, 100, Kansas City. What up?
Good morning, CBV.
Buenos dias, muchacho.
What up, champ?
Let me tell you. I was. What's up, I mean? I was watching that fight last night, man. I hedged it because I felt that the Robbie was in. But I knew Maxi was going to win. But I hedged it because I knew some bullshit was afoot. And what was afoot was afoot. Like I said, I'm disgusted. Remind me of that Fox. What's his name? Was Michael or Mike? The other Fox. When you outbox that one guy and they botched the whole shit. It disgusts me, man. Maxi was throwing that left hand, snapping Kambosos' head the fuck back. All night. Body shots all night. Throwing over his jab all night. I scored the fight the same way Christian Kriegel. We had it exactly the same. Exactly the same. I gave Kambosos 3 rounds of that 12 rounds. 93 Maxi. Masterclass, like I said. My eyes, I'm like Flavor Flav. My vision is not blurry. Boy, It was crazy. But yo, I hedged it. I made a little money. But Max City was supposed to get that win. It's disgusting. And then they got Shakur and Kambosos. Come on, man. Shakur, he slaughtered Kambosos, man. That. Oh my God. Nurse, like you used to say back in the day, every now and then the sun shines on a dog ass.
Mm-hmm.
And that was Kambosos versus
Tio.
The sun shined on his ass that day.
Yep.
But he's not that dude, man. I'm sorry. He's not that guy.
No, he had his career high. You're right. He had his career high, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be, and this is why you got to value Jose Pedraza, Showtime Sean Porter, motherfuckers that can be a 2-time champ, you know, and not just any 2-time champ, because, you know, some of these guys get, you know, they get the right opportunity, they get the right vacant title, but, like, you got to honor that. You got to respect that, man. Is George Kambosos going to be a world champion again? Can he be a world champion in this 135-pound division with this crop of fighters. Can he do it again? You know, the top 10 is Devin is your world champion, Vasil Lomachenko, Tank Davis, Isak Cruz, Ryan Garcia moved up, Shakur Stevenson is there, Frank Martin is there, George is there, William Cepeda is there. You got Schofield, Raymond Murataya, you know, Keyshawn. Like, who does he beat for a world title?
Whole lot of killers.
Like, even the dude that we know the least about, which is Gustavo Limon, but he's a Samson fighter. He been at number 1 right there forever, just waiting. You know? So we'll see, man. We got Ortiz. What up?
Yo, what's up, champ?
What up, champ?
Yo, what was that last caller saying that, who was he saying, Maxi Hughes or Kambosos needs to fight someone higher in the rankings or needs to stop fighting Bones?
I don't know who you talking about. I don't know who said that, but it sounds like you might be talking about Fats Call. He was saying Keyshawn needs to step it up, but he never used the word bum.
Okay. I thought he was talking about Max Hughes or Kambosos, but since he's talking about Keyshawn Davis, that could be something else. No, but yeah, anyways, Max Hughes, you know, to be honest, man, I didn't see the fight, but, you know, I know this game in boxing enough where Maxi Hughes shouldn't have been confident in himself to, you know, take a decision. You know, when it's, you know, let's not beat around the bush. You know, Maxi Hughes was the B side. You know, he was brought in to lose to Kambosos. So he should have known, you know, he needed a knockout to win this fight. I'm not saying that, you know, it's his fault, but he should have known. Because, come on, Ness, we've seen this time and time again in boxing, you know, lower level guys brought in to lose, but, you know, he actually does okay, but doesn't get the decision. But, you know, it's just how it is. I don't know why everyone's kind of surprised about scorecards, judging, all that. You know, it happens all the time and nothing gets done about it. And one thing I'm kind of confused about, how come the commission gets protected that, you know, they don't have to give out interviews? That's just kind of like bizarre to me. I mean, I feel like that should not be like happening, and they're getting protected somehow. Like, I don't make sense to me. Can you explain that, Ness? Why are they getting protected? Like, they can't be interviewed.
No clue, man. No clue, because I've certainly talked to people in commissions.
Okay. But yeah, man, like, yeah, I don't know why everyone's surprised. You know, it happens all the time. I knew it was gonna happen. I knew if it was gonna go decision, Kambosos was gonna win, no matter what. Like, come on, 117, 111. I didn't watch that fight that well, but I know it wasn't 117, 111. So, but yeah, man, that's my call. Yeah, thanks.
Yo, Ness, before you go to the next caller, man, I'm gonna cut up out of here. Keep it easy like a Sunday morning.
You know
Y'all catch me out, King Invest 61 on Instagram, King Invest 61 on Twitter, Championship Rounds on YouTube, and of course, TBV, the motherland. I'm out, Skip.
Peace. Yo, that guy was super funny. He said, I ain't watched the fight. Then towards the end of his call, he says, you know, I watched a little bit, and it's like, oh, which one was it, bruv? Thought you ain't watch it. But it doesn't mean your call wasn't valid, because guess what? You're right. You know, this happens a lot in this sport. Maxi was the B-side, brought in to lose. I mean, I've seen it happen a lot. The issue is, I always like to believe that when it's blatant, you know, and this one wasn't, you know, because of the style that Maxi fought in. Like, did I see Maxi winning? Of course. But the average judge probably didn't see him winning because he's not active enough. You know, and I said that. You can't be robbed in this sport. You can only allow yourself to be robbed. There's very little Irislandi Laura versus Paul Williams fights in this sport. You know, there's very like people always cry robbery, but there's very little true robberies where it's super duper blatant. Like usually one dude didn't really do enough and you arguing for him. Like me, Maxi in my scorecard won, you know? But if he would have been a slightly more active, he would have took that fight. You know what I'm saying? But he wasn't. He was conservative with his punches. There's nothing that I can, lie about. I was saying it live while the fight's happening. Like I'm excited every time he landed a punch, every time he landed a jab, every time he landed a left hand. But I'm also still saying in each round, he needs to do more. He's the B-side. Why? Because of what Ortiz said on his call. We already are conditioned to know that the B-side is 3 rounds down, that he's got to come out guns fucking blazing because the powers that be don't want him to win. So you know that as well. You got to go in there and really kick ass. You got to take it. You got to take it. You got to be a little more active, man. It's just the way it is. Again, I'm devastated for Maxi. Shit, I got a message to Maxi like, hey, champ, when you get the win, can you come to Vegas? Are you coming? Because I already knew he was winning. I've been talking about Maxi forever, man. They robbed me. They robbed me of my greatness. C-Dub, what up?
Yo, how'd audio?
Straight.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Twitter acting up today. Appreciate you, man. Keep coming to me. Shout out Ness, shout out TBV. Smash that like button. It's free. Do something with yourself. Yo, man. Boston did it again. Boston do it again. Damn. I mean, and I guess this is a robbery where nobody that knows boxing and that's a hardcore, they're not gonna come at you, right? Like this is the honest robbery. That's what you were saying. This.
Honest, what do you mean honest robbery? I don't know. I ain't say that phrase or term. I don't even know what that means.
I got you. Like, I mean, it sounds like you were saying it's not, like it's like you think Maxi should have done a little more. Like he should have. I thought it was a clear win for Maxi, man. I really did.
Me too. But I know that yo, the average look at all the hate Devin gets because people don't they don't like boxers. So if you don't like a popular boxer like Devin, how are you gonna score for Maxi that you don't even know him and he's from another country? So yes, Maxi needs to do more. He needs to do more. But you and I are purists. You and I talk about boxing every day, plus watch all boxing from every country. So we seen him win because we're educated. But the average fan believes that Maxi needed to do more. But again, if you watch this sport, you know that he fucking won that fight.
Yeah. I mean, even though Kambosos was busier, Maxi was landing the cleaner punches. He was countering great. It was beautiful. You were just vindicated, man. That's all I was thinking the whole time. Like if you're not on the betting show, get there. Even though Ned said pick Maxi, man, I don't even think you need to eat crow on this one, man. Like, I mean, I did go with Kambosos. I did go with Troy by decision. I did go with Gervonta by decision. I really appreciate that. We got paid. We're gonna keep getting paid on the betting show. You know what I'm saying? Shout out. But I just wanted to also touch on the demographic thing, man. I mean, I think people are kind of the racial tensions. That's the low-hanging fruit. That's just what's gonna happen organically. Just look at it as a numbers thing. It's demographics. Different demographics going to bring in more numbers. It just add up to more numbers. If you have 2 blacks fighting, that's a black demographic, right? That's an urban demographic. But if you add a white dude, now you got maybe a country. Now you maybe got rock in there. Now you got white and blacks. If you add, that's why the Latino black is the green print. I thought because you add in 2 demographics. It's so many Latino Hispanic people. There's so many black. They're going to add them together and combine in the combination. The reason Tank and Ryan will do better than Spence and Bud are the demographics. The demographics. Not only is there 2 different demographics and people, 2 different demographics and the type of people. You got Ryan is a socialite. He getting like teeny boppers and stuff. Then you got Tank that was with Lil Baby on Lil Baby song and that type of crew. So it's different demographics, man. That's all it is. It's just a number
Champ,
thing.
are you saying that the African American demographic is less than the Latin in terms of numbers, people?
No. I was just saying it's the combination, just to combine
Yeah,
both.
but that's what I'm saying. You don't necessarily need the combination, but that was the bell. And I say this, like, Tank gonna come out with Lil Baby. Don't mean Lil Baby touch or resonate with everyone in the African American community. And I am not African American, and I resonate with Tank and Devin. So to say that they only bringing out a certain demographic is not valid. It's not true. There will still be Latinos, different demographics, different ethnicities buying the pay-per-view. Like, that sounds just silly. It just doesn't make sense. Like, bro, I guess my woman is a poor example because who knows if we were not together, would she be so interested in the sport? But, like, she's interested. She wants to know who certain fighters win, and she knows their names, and she's a completely different demographic. Like, I don't understand. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. Like, Jay-Z wasn't getting his album sold only to African Americans. Like, that, putting people in boxes, that shit makes no sense to me. Like, whatever. I'm moving on. Who's next here? We got what the fuck? That's how I mean? No, this is not right. I'm gonna have to double check that. We have Matt Bent, and then this is Jay Will. No?
Yes, sir.
Oh, what up, champ?
What's up, champ, man? Early riser, man. I mean, you know, I do kind of. I mean, we all agree that Maxi won, but I don't know, man. Us being, like you said, I agree that us being the boxing purists, you know, we're going to see it, and maybe the novice may get caught up more with the champion challenger shit. But for a judge to have a 117, 111, though, that be the.
I mean, but we know that there's we know that there's corruption, right? Like, Canelo had a draw card versus Mayweather. If there was ever a fight, clear one-sided winner was Mayweather-Canelo, and somehow that judge found it to be a draw. So, you know, there's always going to be corruption until we get a universal fucking commission that polices.
Right. And I guess the other thing I wanted to touch on was the Keyshawn Davis performance. I found it kind of funny because it was I'm not sure if you've seen some of the videos he had posted, you know, him commenting on Frank Martin's performance.
Yeah, I seen that.
But it was kind of funny and ironic for his performance to be kind of. Because I mean, his performance was somewhat lackluster. Now, I wouldn't.
In what way exactly? Because I watched that fight live. Like, what was lackluster about Keyshawn's performance? And his opponent was game.
His opponent was what?
His opponent was game and had a very educated left hook with a lot of fucking torque on it.
His opponent wasn't Frank Martin's opponent.
It
at
don't.
all. So Frank Martin,
and guess what? He didn't struggle like Frank. Frank came on late. If Frank don't get them knockdowns late, he don't get that knee. He don't get that knee. You won't even be talking this way. Keyshawn got a knockdown with a motherfucking what's the proper term? Don't help me. Pull counter. My man snot. Yeah. That's going to be a meme for the rest of his life, the amount of snot that came out his nose while he was down on one knee. Or maybe you don't got high definition. Because I seen that shit look disgusting coming out his nose. Don't try to play Keyshawn like he ain't looked phenomenal last night.
Come on, man.
What mistake did he make? What mistake did he make? What did he do wrong? Please educate us. I mean, you dudes are so critical. What did he do wrong? I'm waiting.
Was you able to listen to Was you able to listen to the commentators?
Man, fuck a commentator. I'm the commentator. I don't need they ass to tell me nothing.
So
I'm not a
I'm just gonna
motherfucking
tell you.
sheep.
So let me tell
I'm
you.
not
So
a
let me tell
sheep.
you. Let me tell you. So he was in there doing all that showboating and all that, and wasn't really doing shit. Dude was still getting off. Homeboy was still getting off.
Getting off?
It was a dude was still, he was losing the rounds. He was losing the rounds, but Keyshawn wasn't doing shit. Keyshawn was just kind of going real slow. Even Bo-Mac was in the corner. Bo-Mac was getting in his ass. Bo-Mac was saying, man, come on, man, you bullshitting. He's getting bullshit shots off that are looking good to the judges. This is what Bo-Mac is saying. This ain't me. This is Bo-Mac. So Bo-Mac got frustrated with him, and then in between the rounds when Bo-Mac really got frustrated with him, that next round he came out and got that knockout because he started doing what Bo-Mac told him to do.
Bro, the dude never been stopped, was a European champion. Check his resume. He beat Lewis Riston, went 12 with him. Like, y'all playing games. Who the fuck Artem beat? He made your man not look top, so now Artem gets all this fucking clout. This dude actually beat someone, actually accomplished something. What are we talking about here? Like, we know Artem's name because of Frank, man. Yeah, and that's the problem with this sport, these comparisons. You want to break down Keyshawn for getting a stoppage, getting a knockdown, showing
He didn't get no stoppage.
What? Oh, yeah, you're right. He got the decision, and we bet the decision. He looked good, though. Don't lie. He looked good. He got the knockdown. He looked okay. No, man, come on, man. I don't know what y'all want, bro. I mean, this a fight. Somebody gonna get hit.
If he's gonna be talking that shit, and that's the same for Shakur, man. Shakur talk about he gonna whoop somebody's ass.
Man, that's the bell twice. I don't want to hear that shit. Counter punch your ass out here.
Shakur ain't
peace out, man. Y'all some fucking haters. I swear to God, my man got 9 fights. 9 fights. Like, we literally watching motherfuckers never in their life do the shit that this kid is doing, man. Like, what is wrong with y'all? I don't get it. We never seen this. Floyd ain't do this. Canelo ain't do this. Well, maybe Canelo could be going in there because he did fight fucking Puppet Vasquez very early in his fucking career. But Puppet Vasquez, when Canelo fought him, wasn't who he was, right? Like, Anthony Yiggett, my man, he only got 2 losses to Rolly and Keyshawn. Rolly got a whole fucking career. You understand? Like Juan Carlos Burgos, for him to have fought Burgos in his 7th fight and go 8 and outclass him and body him, that's impressive. You understand? Like, he ain't fighting bums. They already stepped him up in 9 fights. Like, he fought Anthony Yiggett already. Like, oh, the last call, the fat summer, oh, yeah, you got to step him up. It's time to step. Yo, last I checked, Francisco Patera, like I said, was a European champion, had the WBO global lightweight belt, so he's ranked in the WBO, was on like an amazing win streak since losing 1 loss by 12 round decision to a dude he had already beat previously, never been stopped in his career. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, bruh, beat Yvonne. Damn, he didn't beat Yvonne Mendy. He fucking lost to Yvonne Mendy. We gonna move on anyway, though. Fucking haters. Who this? I mean?
Nah, it's Jay. What up, man?
Damn, Jay. Your number looks so much like I mean. You're gonna make me use my phone book every time you call now. What up?
Yeah, that's so funny. Yeah, man. Yo, so Maxi, we all know Maxi won that fight, but like you said, he could have let his hands go a little bit more. But if you're a judge, he should have got that fight. Let me see what other topics you got going on. Okay, Spence and Crawford. I think it's gonna do somewhere around 800 to about $1 million. I think that's the best it'll do, which ain't bad numbers at all. As far as who's next for Keyshawn, I'm thinking Kid Austin. I think that fight would sell.
Yeah, it's too tough to do that.
Headliner for for Keyshawn for sure, because he hasn't had the opportunity to headline the fight. So I think that'll be a first step up. Or Raymond Martalia. He's ranked number 10, I think, in like the WBC, so that'll be a good fight. Jermaine Ortiz will be great for Stevenson, since Loma clearly don't want to fight him. I mean, why not fight Jermaine Ortiz? They're both at top rank, and I think Frank Martin should fight De Los Santos. I think that'll be a great ass fight, because we know William Cepeda is not gonna fight anyone outside of Golden Boy. At least that's my opinion. What you think about those fights, man?
Nah, I like those fights. I mean, but there was one of those that you said that can't happen for the same reason,
the Schofield.
Yeah. Schofield Martin fight.
Yeah, I know.
Keyshawn fight.
Well, what do you think about Cepeda versus Schofield? Or you think it's too early for Schofield?
The way they talking, no. But that's the difference, you know what I mean? Like, are they gonna put him in there the way they've been talking?
Yeah, I don't think Stevenson go get Loma. I just don't think Loma want to fight Stevenson, to be honest. Unless Devin dropped the belts and they force that to be like a 1-2 fight for a belt.
Yeah, well,
maybe,
that's probably what's gonna happen based off, what's the reports sound like Devin's gonna fight Regis, so he will drop. Shakur and Vasil Loma, they're 1 and 2 in 2 different sanctioning bodies, so yeah.
Yeah, what do you think about Keyshawn versus Michelle Rivera?
Michelle Rivera, yeah, hard to do. Again, that guy's PBC, Are they gonna cross the street with him? It's hard to do, I try to stay within the realm of reality and matchmake within, each other's houses. Jordan, what up? If you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. It is Sunday. At least spread some love by hitting the thumbs up. What up, Jordan?
Yeah, I hear me, right?
Yeah.
My mic clear?
You decent.
So look, last night was bullshit. That shit was fucking bullshit, bro. This is why boxing will never grow. It was fucking corrupt. And it's sad, too, because boxing is the greatest sport in the world. But these fucking people in power don't fucking respect the sport. It's watered down. It's fucking disgusting. They robbed that motherfucker last night. And you got Kambosos saying he wanted to fucking fight and bringing him saying he wanted to fight. Like, come on, bro. He's a bozo, too. Nah, I'll slap shit out of him. If I ever see Kambosos, I would slap shit out of him. For my life, I would. But yeah, this anyway fight. It's gonna be a great fight. I'm ready for that too. And that Crawford fight, I got Crawford. I hear me, right? My shit's still on?
Yeah, I hear you.
And look, Ness, change my name to the most hated joint. Because guess what? I got a message to everybody in TPV. Now there's a new sheriff in town. I'm gonna call every fucking day, and I'm gonna hurt a lot of feelings. I'm gonna start by that today. I want to say fuck CYP, fuck Fats, fuck Big Boss Nino, and that's it. Especially CYP though. I'm out. That's my call. Have a great day. Change my name to the most hated Jordan.
All right. Damn, what the hell Nino do? 507. Let me see who these. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. This is a spontaneous show. Usually we are doing 7 p.m. Eastern show, but this is your morning afterthoughts. As you know, this was a controversial decision. This is Philly. Yeah, what it do?
Yo, what's up, Nuss, man? Yeah, there's some weirdos on the show, dog. But yo, I love the show anyway, man. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. I wanted to watch that fight last night, but I was tired, dog. I drive a truck and I went to play ball, so I fell asleep. So I ain't watch it. It wasn't that important to me. As for the afterthoughts, anyway, when people be getting what we would say robbed, most of the time it's about money. Kambosos made a name for being T.O. So, in the eyes of the boxing aficionados that's dealing with the money out in Vegas or so, they're going to make sure they have as much names as possible to sell out the fights. Because without the names, people not going to buy the fights. Because most of the time, people are going to stream it anyway. People, they be talking about, this is a rob. And then you'll have no name fighters. Like you named the one dude up in 140, which got all them knockouts and only got 19 fights, and nobody seen him fight yet. Because nobody wants to fight him, because nobody knows his name. So it's crazy. So nobody really support fighters unless they know them. Me personally, I'm a casual boxing fan. So normally, I only about a handful of fighters I actually know. And I don't know the other fighters unless they fight them. And then I do buy fights because I got a couple of dollars to pay for it. Some people can't afford it, so they're not going to pay for it and then stream it. So the numbers would be low. So as for the one brother that was talking about the Devin Haney tank fight, wouldn't reach like 500 mil?
500,000.
That's going to be a mil. 500,000 is going to hit a mil. Easy. I mean, they both got names. They both on pay-per-views. I was even just looking just to see how many boxers actually sell pay-per-view fights. Devin Haney and Tank is the last two, especially, and the young fighters. So you tell me those numbers. It's not a lot of those boxers that actually sell pay-per-view fights. So that's all I wanted to say. I'm the numbers guy. Peace and love. Shout out to the boxing voice. Yo, Nuts, I also got another question. I try to get rate you on iTunes. How do I do that?
Oh, you just need the podcast app.
But I ain't see no stars or nothing. I popped your name on the search and I don't see no stars. How do I do that?
Let me screen share.
All right.
All right.
Peace.
Peace. Let me do that real quick. Oh, shit. I have to break my shit. All right. This is how it is, right? So we'll click this. Oh, wait. I got to unlock. Now we'll click. Boom. Start the phone. Then you want to go to the search. Podcast. Click the podcast. Boom. I'm already there, but you want to go to the search if you're a new person. Put the boxing voice. Boom. You see we come up. And then you click on it. And then right there it says more. Where is it? Oh, wait, maybe it's back. Boom, you click the reviews. Click the stars. What does it say? All right, so it's different. I'm glad you made me do this. Yo, no wonder my stars have dropped. How the fuck? Not dropped, but see, I got 4,000. What is that? 1,000, 4.6 stars. But yeah, it has changed. Let me click on the more here. Let me see this. No, that's not it. Wow. This is all right. I might have to watch some videos on what happened and how this play. I don't see the rate. Wow. What about this? This is bookmark. No, we don't want that. Yeah, brother, I'm going to have to look this information up for you. Thank you for bringing that shit to my attention. This is so weird. I'm a little baffled because these are super important to me, but that's okay. Here's what I'll do, because this is always on point. We don't need that. I do have the link to direct review. So let's see. We'll find that for you right now. And then drop it in the live chat right here. Found it. We'll put it in the live chat that was Philly Ya. So Philly Ya, it's in the live chat on YouTube, which can be found on a playback as well. And I'm going to screen share and show you how that looks, right? So hopefully that didn't change. So now you're on YouTube. You come to the live chat. You click that link. It opens up. Boom. So you're supposed to be able to click on this. This is becoming a whole task here. You're supposed to. What the fudge? Let me see here. Wow. Okay, reviews. How do we add our own review? See all. Look at these beautiful reviews. I just don't know how to add, bro. I'm gonna find out this for you. That was an epic fail. Okay. I mean, look, I've been doing this for 13 years and Apple Podcasts has grown as well. So I guess they changed the method in which you drop a 5-star review. That's a direct link. And, it wanted me to open up in the actual app, which again will take me down the aisle where I couldn't find a button to click on review. So I'll do the research and get back to you. I got Jay Swift in Dykeman. He said, yo, I'm in Dykeman. Damn, wait. Jeez, give me a sec here. What do we got on Discord? Alex, what up?
Hello. Can you hear me? Good morning.
Perfect.
All right, good, man. I hear what you're saying when it comes to being the B side and all that, but when is it gonna change? Like seriously, like why does it matter? He's the A side, he's the B side. Like, man, at the end of the day, these two guys are sacrificing a lot physically to get in the ring. They're getting hit, they're hitting dudes, and just to see someone that clearly won lose because they're the B side, lose because it's not their promotion that brought them in, lose because it's not in their hometown. It just gets a little annoying. I think everyone gets a little bit. It kind of changes where you are. Most people it is what it is. But man, just at certain times I just get annoyed because it's just not fair. Maxi did his thing. You can say, well, he wasn't active enough, but at the end of the day, the number one scoring criteria is clean, effective punching, and Maxi did that clearly. At least 7 rounds. I mean, I know there's a couple close ones, but man, I had it 9-3. When they announced 117, 111, I said, all right. And the first one was a draw, but clearly there's no way you can give George 9 rounds. And just to see it happen again. And then it's like come on, man. George is Australian fighting, this is in Shawnee, Oklahoma. Like you telling me he's that much of an A side because he just signed with Top Rank. I understand. Like I said, I understand. Yes. Yeah, basically, yes. YES. But it just, man, I'm just tired of it, man. Maxi did his thing. He really impressed me. And it just sucks to see that he's going back home with a loss, with probably his paycheck being less, and losing his IBO strap. I only caught the back end of the Keyshawn fight. I think he looked pretty good. I don't see why anyone can really critique it. That dude was tough. Keyshawn was countering him, hitting him hard and clean, trying to walk him down. And that dude was firing back, letting Keyshawn know that he's alive, that he's there, that he got to be careful. He caught him with some good shit, I think, that ninth, and especially that 10th round. So, I think the broadcast team on ESPN said it well. That was a great test for him, and you got to say he passed it. I'm unsure what's next. I wish it was maybe they'll put Maxi. Maybe that's what they'll do. They'll say, hey, Maxi, we owe you one. So now you got to fight Keyshawn. That's going to be his consolation prize, maybe. But
no,
yeah, man.
No, Maxi has, I believe, 3 options, and I'll give them to you. He just won the IBO, which people like to criticize me for beating the drum. Unfortunately, my own website doesn't have it because my own rankings guy refuses to put it up there. He says it would cost us too much money.
Are you talking about George? Because he just won the IBO?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, but I was saying Maxi. Maybe that's Maxi's consolation prize is to get a Keyshawn Davis headliner now.
Oof. Yeah,
that's tough, right? But this is the life of the B-side, man. And
that would be tough
it just gets annoying, bro, because it's not he didn't do anything wrong, really. Like within the scoring criteria, he did land the clean, effective punches. And if we're gonna say, well, George has come in, George is throwing more. These are supposed to be professional judges. They're supposed to go ahead and understand these guidelines. They have workshops. They have, you know what I'm saying? This is something that they have to go ahead and get licensed for, get certified. And just to see it happen again for whatever reason, it's just lame, bro.
The commissions and the sanctioning bodies need new blood. But you got to remember that everything is a business, right? Like, if Mauricio let me work with the WBC and I come in there and I come fucking changing shit, making less belts, which is less money, less fees coming in, less opportunities for fighters, I'm going to be the savior to you and a handful of hardcores, but to managers and promoters, they're going to want me out of there because they need those belts. They need those opportunities. Yo, we need a central police, and it's just too expensive. It's too expensive to supersede the whole sport of boxing. Think about it. How can you police it?
Man, I'm not disputing on what you're saying. Like, I understand at the end of the day, that's what it is.
Well, remember, I'm saying what I'm saying because you came on asking, something needs to be done. That's the only thing that can be done. This is why you see what you see, because there is no universal governing body that can supersede the entire world because boxing is global. It's going to cost too much money. There's no money for that. You got to think about,
like I said, I know that. I'm just saying, man, sometimes it's got to express a frustration. And I mean, when is it going to change? Like you said, it's a money thing for sure. There's too many moving parts, too many things you can't control. But at the end of the day, man, like, I just want it to change. Like, when is it going to change? Why do I have to accept it? Why does it have to be force-fed constantly?
You're going to have to put together $1 billion plan, bro, because you're going to need actual police for this, right? Like, dudes that are ambitious as well, that want to pop up at the gym and just see what you're doing. That want to investigate you, that do run on hunches and follow behind fighters, but none of that happens. We don't know what Big Baby is doing or not doing. We only gonna know when it's time to test him, and as long as he beat that test, we keep saying that he's clean. We don't know what Povetkin is doing right now. What's up with Luis Ortiz's blood pressure medicine? Where can we get the teas from Oscar Valdez? Like, there's no central police, my brother. There's no central police. It's gonna
remain like this probably for the remainder of our lives. It's unfortunate, and
of course,
like I said, man,
because all the money is generated from the promoters and the networks. And why would the networks want to publicize to their audience that the boxing is corrupt and needs to be policed? And last week on this edition of boxing's being policed, so and so fighter was caught in his gym with a hormone. What I mean, like, who wants to publicize that?
No, yeah, like you said, it would go against their business plan for sure, man. But let me let you go. Appreciate the time, man, and shout out to Maxi. You did his thing. He should be leaving the country with his chin up. Great performance. All right, man.
Only way we get that is independent money. Someone outside of these big three promoters. Someone that wants to act, again, ambitious. Someone that wants to make a name for themselves. VADA they need to team up with VADA. Because VADA is just a testing agency. You need a police after that. You need these dudes to actually fear to do this. And right now we don't have that. Trees, Toledo.
Yo.
Yo.
What up, though? Man, I'm just I just tuned in and shit. I'm listening. I seen the topic. I ain't gonna lie, man. I get everybody feeling bad and shit about this Maxi Hughes and all this shit. I watch fights with the sound off. So on some real shit, I had turned the sound on just to see like what the shit sounding like. That commentary should be pretty influential if you ask me. I don't feel like Kambosos was getting his ass busted like all out, like just all like motherfuckers trying to make it seem like Maxi Hughes is all out destroyed my nigga. I don't feel like it went like that robbery shit, y'all throwing that shit around too loosely. I ain't gonna hold you. I mean, he landed some clean punches and he was countering and making them pay and all this shit, but he wasn't letting his hands go enough. He wasn't dictating the pace of the fight like Kambosos was. You feel me? He was literally dictating the pace of the fight. You feel me? You can't win a fight fighting off your back foot. That's it. If you're not gonna knock a motherfucker down or you ain't got no power.
Bruh, you can't win a fight. You can't win a fight off your front foot if you ain't landing no fucking punches. Come on, champ.
I mean, he wasn't landing cleanly. He was landing, but he was, like I say, he's pressuring. Your pace creates power. Your pace creates the pace of the fight. You feel me? He's dictating where Maxi Hughes gonna go. Like, to me,
bro,
that matters.
and he's countering him. He's countering him. My man left uppercut was on full display last night, bro. How many uppercuts did fucking
you accurate? You accurate.
So again, it's all about what you. It's all about what you're looking at. It's all about what you're looking at. You got some weirdo coming in on his fake herky jerky movement, and then every now and then he'll throw a right hand. Like, man, he was getting counted all night, bro. All night.
He was getting counted all night. He was throwing that bullshit double jab and the basic ass right. He was doing basic bullshit. I'm with you, but I'm saying though, Maxi wasn't doing enough to make a motherfucker feel like, oh, well, fuck it. If he gonna do that,
nah,
he
did enough he did enough in the eyes of people that know boxing. He didn't do enough in the eyes of the to not get a robbery. That's how that works. Like, you gotta do more than when you're the B side. But
that's what I'm saying.
But
that's what I'm saying. He didn't do enough.
Any competent judge scored that for Maxi.
No, and you accurate, because I scored it for Maxi, but I didn't feel like the motherfucker. On some real niggas, I wouldn't have been mad at a draw. That 114, I wasn't mad at that, for real. But it was like, if he won it 113 to 115. It wasn't all out egregious like that. I didn't feel like he punished him enough to where motherfuckers can be. I don't know. I don't know. Like Shakur said, if Kambosos want to get in there and defend the strap, I'm with Shakur. He gonna fuck him, and he told him that to his face. I respect the fuck out of that. If you step in there with me, I'm gonna destroy you, and I respect that.
We all know that shit.
Yeah.
We all know that shit, and that's no knock on Shakur.
But we also thought that about Teofimo too against Kambosos. I just want to throw that out there. So I just want to say
that.
Bro,
different Kambosos, and truth be told, like one of these callers said it earlier, man. I said that all my life on this show. The sun shines on a dog's ass one day. We get upsets in boxing all the time, but I hate to be that dude because I have no right. I have no place. But Kambosos has reached the height of his career. This is the backside of his career. He will never get that Teofimo win again. Like, who he gonna beat? That shit is over. Teo took him lightly. Nobody's taking him. Maxi Hughes came in there fully prepared for this motherfucker. He was conservative with his punches because he never wanted to lose stamina, and he never did. He never gassed throughout the whole fight. You understand? No one will ever get blindsided by Kambosos like Teo. Teo was on a high, and he learned from that. You know, but Shakur ain't gonna get blindsided. What you think, he gonna not train? He gonna take Kambosos lightly? All the things that Teo did? No. Man, I don't believe that shit. I don't believe that shit at all. Not at all. I got Matt Bent 100 with his daily dose of Tanquil. I'm not calling it a robbery. I'm just saying Maxi got jacked, mugged, and stuck up. Jonathan Scott Bay with a $2 super chat says, I had to scroll all the way up to the bottom. King, flex emoji, glove emoji, respect emoji, the peace emoji. And we got rolling with the punches. Rolling with the punches, salute to you. My man's been listening for quite some time, and he's celebrating his first super chat ever. I appreciate you. I know times is hard. $10 super chat. We appreciate you. Says, much love, my brother. Much love, brother. Much love. A man slow to wrath is of great understanding. A spirit of hastiness exalts folly. Something I'm trying to work on. All right, rolling with the punches. Went all biblical on us with his first super chat ever. And looks like we going out to, remember, we got Discord popping for anybody who wants to call in via Discord. We also have the landline and Twitter spaces. We got Spider Rico in Oregon bringing us some love. Spider Rico.
Yeah. Good morning, God.
Peace, God.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
What up?
On into, say Grand Rising. Man, I watched some of the fight last night. Maxi Hughes, Kambosos, Kambosos. I just felt like Kambosos, he looked better. He's a better looking person. He cooler. Even the look on his face, he looked like a winner. And all that takes into account when I watch a fight and
So
when I
you fell
judge
for
it.
the gimmicks. You
Man,
fell for the gimmicks. Sad, man. Thought you was better than that. He
no,
looks better.
Floyd got gimmicks. Floyd looked like a winner. He act like a winner. Same with Muhammad Ali.
And he was a winner.
Same way.
You can't fake it. You got to be it.
What do you mean?
What you
Muhammad
mean?
Ali say, Muhammad Ali, you fake it till you make it.
Nah, man.
Yeah, that's Muhammad Ali's word.
Kambosos made it, so he can't fake it again. You made it.
He said
You
he was
beat
the
Tio.
champ before he ever was the champ.
And
you know what I mean?
And he beat Tio and proved that. Then it's been all downhill since then.
What was the man's name? Your guy, the Southpaw. He just fought frantically. He landed the punches, but it was a frantic energy he was fighting with. And that's not of a champion.
No, I'm sad. I'm sad, man. I'm sad that as a Southpaw yourself, a boxer at that. You know what I mean?
I was rooting for him.
I'm sad that you wasn't falling in love with the way he was landing that left uppercut. Come on, man. My man was blessing Kambosos with the beautiful Grant glove to the face.
And the left to the body, how he was going downstairs to the body, it was great, but he didn't have no power. And it was like, Ferocious, he's more athletic.
Bro, why y'all do this? So now you got to have power to score points. Like, if I land the glove on your face, it's the same. You can't, take away points.
It's a point, but it's not. Some points matter more when it's professional boxing.
Right. Yeah,
it's not amateur.
The only way they matter more is when you hit me with a left hand and you put me down, and I hit you with a left hand and I don't put you down. Other than that, if I hit you with a left hand and you don't go down, and then you hit me with a left hand and I don't go down, it's the same value. You can't value one more than the other. Oh, Tank hit him with a left hand and Devin hit him with a left hand, but Tank's is more because Tank hit harder. Man, get the fuck out of here, bro. You landed the punch,
But look, I'm also I like how the show was in Oklahoma because it was two white boys, and we really don't got no white boys at that size in America, which we should.
I mean, I don't know if they consider white boys being two foreigners. One's from Australia, the other one's from the UK. White boys usually an American
from
term.
Their country, and they was in Oklahoma. You know what I mean? So it was a good representation of where they was at for other young men to watch. So I like that about the show, and I liked watching. What was it? Keyshawn Davis. What was his name?
Champ, you know that was the bell, right? I be trying to respect the alumni. You an alumni. You know that you a Border Wars fighter. You know, but the bell rang. You know, Ness got low standards. Yeah, all right, that's why we sit here and everybody that's calling in a robbery, bro. My low standards let everybody see how great Maxi was, man. I'm going to show you how great I am. Shout out to Muhammad Ali. King Born, Brooklyn. Stand up.
Hey, yo, listen, y'all, TBV Universe, listen up, man. That's how Brooklyn do. That's how Brooklyn do. Listen, Bob Arum, Crown Heights, Brooklyn. Brooklyn got the grimiest dudes in New York City. When you come to New York, Brooklyn grimy. Yo, listen, this how dirty they did them, right? It's like, yo, they robbed the whole motherfucking tea and crumpet shop, man. How you could do that to that man, yo? Y'all know goddamn well if it was the other way around and Maxi Hughes was the star, they would have did the same shit. You think you now listen, let's be real here. We know boxing one of the most corrupt things in any sport. Going back to the 1800s, 1960s, Jack Johnson getting robbed, motherfucker, the mob in boxing. But check it out, right? I gotta hear me. Check it out. Listen up. Word. Kambosos just got on with Top Rank, right? First fight on Top Rank. They put that money in Kambosos, right? You think that first fight, they gonna let him lose? If you thinking that, the Easter Bunny is moving coke. If you think that, Santa Claus is a child molester. You feel me? Y'all know what the fuck it is with that, man. Shit got real. Now, look at Shakur calling him out. He don't want that Shakur smoke, man. They gonna use him as a scapegoat, y'all. Trust me. That's some bullshit. Hey, yo, Ness, at the end of the year, you got your awards. That gotta be on the worst robbery in boxing for the whole year. That's the worst. Yo, that shit is worse than Zhao Zhang getting robbed by Philip Herkovich. Everybody know I'm a Zhao Zhang supporter. You know what I mean? But like I said, y'all, that's some bullshit. It's fucked up. Even Kambosos know he lost the damn fight. You know how you know he lost? Cause anybody that know they won, they would be like, yeah, I won the shit. He trying to make excuses. Well, I landed more punches. You look at that whole CompuBox shit. Maxi Hughes won everything, everything. Some bullshit, man. Like I said, yo, Ness, man, you doing the good work on Sunday. Keep doing it up. Listen, next week, y'all heard of Marvel Universe? The Secret Wars? Next week is Civil War. Civil War, Union versus South. Get ready. Love y'all, Ness. Love y'all, Ness. Keep doing the good work. TBV Universe, I'm out. Peace.
King Born, Brooklyn. Appreciate the call, my friend. Ladies and gents, don't forget we're on our landline. We also have Twitter Spaces and Discord available for you to call in. And who we going out to? Looking like we need you to hit that thumbs up button, though. Go ahead and smash that. Make sure the algorithm knows we working 7 days a week. Feel me? Hustlers here for sure. Looks like Rob in Las Vegas. What is up?
What's going on, Ness?
Chilling.
Top of the AAT, man. Good stuff. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Look, for the first time in like 4 fights, my fight routine has been turn the fight on, turn the commentators down, and listen to you like on the live fight chat while the fight is going on, because that's like where I've been getting the best commentary so far. Like the last 4 fights, this is the first fight, and that's where I had to cut y'all off during the fight because you was going so hard for Maxi Hughes, and I just wasn't seeing it. So I know everybody calling shit it's a robbery. I did not feel that way. I seen it the other way. Like I had to cut, and even you had like a new guy on the show. I don't know like if he's new or who he is, but even he was saying, he was like, Ness, you influencing me right now. And then at the end of the show, he was like, I had a few swing rounds, but I'd give it to Maxi Hughes, I guess. And he was like, oh, now you want to give it to Maxi Hughes. He was like, well, I did have a lot of swing rounds in there. King Born or whoever was just talking like CompuBox do not state necessarily Maxi Hughes won every round. He landed the better body shots, the more body shots with jabs, but as far as it was host on total punches, and then George Kambosos landed the most power punches. So, I mean, like the way the fight went, I thought George won. Like he did his thing. He went in there. Dude was a tough opponent. He wouldn't stop. He was a great counter puncher. He was countering with that left. But yeah, I had Kambosos winning that. I think everybody was rooting for Maxi because you had like called it and you were saying like, man, like, cause I wasn't thinking he was gonna get as good of a fight, but when you started saying it, I knew something was up. But I had George winning that, bro. Like Maxi didn't win to me. George won. For Kingborn saying Maxi Hughes won everything in Coffee Box. Well, I got that pulled up right now. 10, 11, 12. George Kambosos outlanded him. 10, 11, 12. He outlanded him in power punches. Round 1, George outlanded him, power punches, body shots, everything. So, I mean, you can it's multiple. Round 6, George damn near cleaned him out. Like Maxi Hughes, he barely landed anything in that round. So that's 5 rounds right there I just named, and I got at least 2 more in here where he outlanded him in punches, and he was controlling the tempo of the fight. So if you're going off of that, they both landed like single digits damn near every round except for like 12. But yeah, I had George Kambosos winning that. That's my call. This is the first time I ever had to do that though, because she was like, Maxi, and even your co-host was like, I didn't see that. I'm not thinking Maxi won that. Like, and I was just saying the same thing. Like, I didn't think he won that round. Like, nah, that was a Kambosos round. That's my call. Thank you.
I mean, you know, maybe I was a bit dramatic and exaggerated, but I still feel that it was valid. That's why we're sitting here. That's why so many people, like, you're in the minority. That alone speaks volumes. You feel me? Like, more people think Maxi won than not. But Dykeman, Jay, what up?
Yo, what's up, peoples?
Chill.
I saw the fight. The fight was a good fight. I think they both got off. But what two things you got to remember about boxing. It's the dirtiest business in America. In the game, it's the dirtiest business. And you can't just match a champion, a belt holder. You have to outdo the belt holder. And that's the only problem that I think that we're having here. I think that Maxi fought a really, really good fight. I do. I was looking at him. He was hitting with the left hand up and down, but he was also getting hit. Number 2, he was also hitting Kambosos with the elbows to the face. He did that probably like five times. So to me, that's now you dirty boxing. And okay, it happens in boxing. You know, you try to get the person off you, so you push the elbow. But he came in charging with the elbow quite a few times. Also, Kambosos has the belt. If you match him point for point, then okay, they could have gave him a draw. But you can't say he actually outright beat Kambosos. That's all I'm saying. You have to beat the belt holder. You can't just go in and match point for point with the belt holder. When they did the 114, that was the first thing
But let me ask you a question, champ. Let me ask you a question. Who do you think was the belt holder?
I thought Kambosos was the belt holder.
Well, he wasn't. Maxi came in there with the belt.
Oh, well, like I said, I thought he fought a good fight. I thought Maxi fought a really, really good fight.
But you just said he ain't do enough to take it from the belt holder, but he was the belt holder. So everything you talked about, it came from a wrong angle.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Because the whole time I'm watching the fight, I'm thinking Kambosos was the belt holder. But at the end of the day, with 5 elbows to the face and the even percentage of the fight, I think it was like when they said 114, I think that should have been across the board.
All right, champ.
All right,
That's the
I'm out.
bell, homie. No, man. This is what I'm saying. Like, dudes just be having opinions without even knowing what they watching. And then we wonder how we get these robberies. Like, look, he's like, yeah, he didn't do enough to take it from the belt holder. Kambosos is the belt holder. It's like, the fuck? He had the belt at the end because they fucking robbed Maxi, bro. Like, how is Kambosos the belt holder? Like, this is what I'm saying. And y'all call in every day. And look, this is not a personal attack on Jay, but like, you call in every day. You know Devin Haney beat this man 2 times in a row. What belt could he possibly have left other than the one to hold up his motherfucking pants? Like, this is what I'm saying. Whatever, man. AJ in Richmond, Virginia. What up, bro?
Yo, what's up, man?
Chilling.
Man, what's up with these guys that claim to be hardcore fans and don't understand when just because you claim yourself as an elite fighter or you are elite or a champion, you ain't got to knock everybody out every fight. You can just completely outclass them. So some folks on here just be acting like they hardcores and they just fans. That's all they are. And like the guy who called a few calls ago talking about Keyshawn didn't do anything. Like how? What fight was he watching? Like the only thing he didn't do was get the knockout. But it's like, and then because he got touched, I will hope if I'm a professional fighter and a champion in the making, I'm fighting somebody who can at least hit me. It's a boxing match. You gonna get touched. Like I feel like these fans don't understand because you're a champ or you the guy, you gonna supposed to get touched. And if you get touched, oh, you just vulnerable. We 2 grown ass men who train majority of our life. And of course, I will hope you gonna touch me in this ring, but I mean, you already know you a real guy. We all real guys. I don't know what they watching out here. Like. That's my call. Y'all hold it down, TBV. I see y'all this weekend.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you for the call.
Word.
Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It's gonna help with the visibility of the show. We got A. What's up, A? A. All right, now it's Alex. You gotta unmute, Alex. Alex, you gotta unmute your mic. 1 time. 2 times. Gotta unmute. All right, something's wrong, champ. Jump in, jump out, and maybe we could get you on. Todd, what's up?
Yo, what's up, Ness?
What's up, brother? We hear you.
Man, look here, man. Maxi Hughes won that goddamn fight. He got robbed. I might have gave Kambosos what? Round 2, round 6, and maybe round 10. That's it. That's all. Cause you remember when he hit Kambosos to the body and he backed the hell up. He was hurt. He was hurt, man. And I'm thinking that was crazy. So what? He ain't got superstar power. Ain't too many people got tank power. But the fact of the matter is that man got robbed. Kambosos is trash. If you get in there with Shakur gonna mop the floor with him. And as far as with Keyshawn fought a dude, might have been Keyshawn's toughest test. Because Keyshawn got rocked a little bit. He played it off real good. But my thing is he won every round. What is the problem? I can't understand it, man. I can't see it, man. But that's my call, man. Just want to give you your props, man, because I was sitting there listening. Yeah, you was boasting on Max Hughes like crazy last night. Now, I ain't going to be front. That was your last bet for your parlay. And I was rooting for you, bro. But they robbed that man clear as day. They robbed that man clear as day, bro.
They certainly
But
did, bro. They fucking. Oh my god.
Cause that was your last one. You kept saying, "Come on, come on, come on." But you was hyping Maxi Hughes up. But Maxi did his job.
He did.
That body shot, the left uppercuts. Then he hit. Then the far as talking about everybody talking about okay, he hit him with illegal elbows. What about when in the break when Kambosos put his forearm in the man's throat the whole entire time? The two headbutts that Kambosos
For real.
caused. Tell him to talk about that shit.
Dirty, man. That ref warned Kambosos for the forearm all night. Never did nothing, man. Never.
Never
Nothing.
did a damn thing. You right about that, man. But that's my call, man. I'm glad you on this Sunday morning. I'm like, what the hell am I gonna watch or listen to? But thank you, Ness, man. Hold it down, bro.
All right.
All right, peace.
That was Todd on Twitter. Appreciate you. We got a super chat from Zhao Boxing. It says, Conti said Spence refused Vada, but Bud agreed. Looking emojis or eye emojis, shaking my head. Yeah, I don't know. Danny has a good relationship with Conti. Maybe you need to ask him to verify that. I don't know. That would be unfortunate, I'll tell you that much. That would be unfortunate. Empty the clip.
Yo, Nash, what's going on? Can you hear me, bro?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I just had to make sure I'm on the motherfucking AirPods. I ain't got the Kenichi beds yet, but I'm about to grab them. They on the way. But, shit. Let me start off with that Kambosos. That shit was definitely a robbery. I had it 9-3 Maxi. Even Stevie Wonder could have saw that shit. Like you, I do film studies, so I already knew what was going to happen to Kambosos, but the judges never surprised me. I already thought they were going to be on bullshit, so I had damn near all my parlays. Even did some of my parlays separate without the Hughes and Kambosos fight entirely. You know what I'm saying? My parlays was hitting like a motherfucker yesterday. And if WBO stand for whatever Bob order, I know last night motherfucking IBO stood for, I know Bob out of pocket. Motherfucker put the order in before the fight even started. That's why it took like 15 minutes for the scorecards to come out. Shit was ridiculous. And Kambosos be on dirty shit. But Maxi definitely got away with a few too. Them motherfucker was throwing bulls like Ludacris in 01. Shit got crazy out there. And as far as Keyshawn, I think Keyshawn looked fight like. I mean, he looked good last night in the fight. People be overreacting to shit. But I don't think he was focused. I think he was more so worried about Andy Cruz. I peeped in the backstage interview. He had mentioned Andy Cruz and Burgos. I think he needs to start worrying about that shit. They ain't even on the same network. They ain't fighting no time soon. You know what I'm saying? And I believe Keyshawn, he was looking to counter a little bit too much. He was laying back, wasn't using his jab as much. But like I said, I think that was just in the effort to look clean, you know what I'm saying, look sharp. You know what I'm saying? Try to outclass Andy and make it clear that he just sharper than Andy and better than Andy. He just on his mind too much. And Patera, that nigga was just better than Keyshawn thought. Man, what else I wanted to touch on? Oh, yeah, they keep getting these guys from overseas thinking our prospects going to run through them. Then when they make them look bad, they don't be liking that shit. That's not even our style. Like, they fight a completely different style. I don't know why they keep thinking that they going to just run through these motherfuckers, but they just keep making our prospects look bad. Shit's crazy. And as far as the Tank and Haney, I think that should have do between like 400 to 650K. I mean, you gotta think Pacquiao and Broner did like 400, so if they could do that, I know Tank and Haney can do better than that. And as far as Dev moving up, I definitely want to see that Regis fight. And for real, Dev in a good spot. Cause no matter what he do at 135 or 140, it's good for boxing. He move up and fight Regis and them. He making a way for himself at 140, and he clearing everything at 135. He stay at 135, it's inevitable that we gonna get the fights we want. So, you know what I'm saying, everything in a good spot right now. And damn, what else? Oh yeah, this supposed to be a big year for boxing and shit. We getting all the fights we want to see, but we getting too much corruption. For every 2 good fights we see, we see 1 bad stoppage or 1 bad scorecard. This shit getting out of hand. The refs don't even know what the fuck they be looking at. Oh, that's my bell?
That's the bell. Empty the clip. But I'm with you, man. I'm with you. You know, it's also because we getting a lot of boxing this year, a lot of high-level boxing. So we getting to see it week after week after week. It's really up to the sanctioning bodies, man. These presidents, the Mauricio Suleimans, the Dario Peoples, the Gilberto Mendozas, these guys need to, come down on the commission and those judges and the promoters as well. But again, this is what the promoter wants. Remember, it's the promoter that picks these judges, They give them hotels to sleep in for the night. Like, again, until we get independent policing that is looking into that, right? That they got legal access or they can get some sort of, it's got to become a complete, like, fucking TV show, bro, where they're checking the books. Like, how much is you spending on the hotels for these referees? No wonder these fucking judges are giving you the decisions that you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of this shit is it runs deep, man. For real. It runs deep. I highly doubt these dudes are paying to go to these conventions, to be on vacation. They getting that love, man, and they know where they alliance has to lie, in my opinion. I'm strictly my opinion. Strictly one man's opinion, right? Alan Rodriguez. Alan. Alan, jump in, jump back out. We going out to Alex. Alex, unmute.
What's up, Max? Can you hear me?
We hear you.
What's up? What do you think of Keyshawn Davis versus Raymond Moyataya? Because they're top ranked, or Keyshawn versus Banderas, because they're all in house, so it's top ranked. And then Moyataya has what? He has like those WBO intercontinental belts.
What was the other name you said after Moyataya?
Carlos Banderas. Because he's with Robert Garcia.
The Olympian.
Yeah. And he's with Robert Garcia, so, I mean, he could fight off those two guys, and they're all 135, so, I mean, they got belts. I mean, Muay Thai has belts, and then he just copied off that awesome victory off, what's his name, Jeremiah? One that beat the fuck out of, what's his name, fucking Burchell?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and then
Morataya beat Nakatilia.
Yeah, and then didn't Keyshawn Davis say that he wanted a winner out of that one?
I mean, I didn't hear the post fight.
Yeah, so I think that would be a good fight. Not step up. I mean, it would be a good fight. I mean, that they could keep in house, and they could possibly throw him on that Shakur. What is it? That's the card that they're saying in November. Yeah. How long do you think Keyshawn Davis is going to keep fighting before, like, him and Shakur are, like, I mean, impeccable to fight? Like, how long is Shakur, you think how many more fights you think he has in 135 before he's like, fuck, like, I have to fight Keyshawn or I'm going to have to move up?
I mean, they already said they're not going to fight.
Yeah, but what about, like, if Keyshawn comes up too much in the rankings too much and he's like, fuck, well, he's like number 2 or whatever?
There's 4 belts.
Okay, yeah, that's it. I just wanted to touch up on Muay Thai and Banderas. I would like to see those fights, see how they go.
All right, so that's the fights. Fucking Robert has Carlos Balderas on the 28th.
Yeah. Like in Arizona.
Is it? No, it's in Vegas. It's on the Sinisa Estrada fight. Yeah, it's the night before the big fight. It's the night before the big fight. Because I had asked him to come to the party, but he's like, yo, I got fights at the Palms. And, but I mean, I'm looking. I think he only has Carlo Baldera. Oh, shit. Cesar Francis is getting an opportunity versus Roland Poranco. But Roland Poranco, isn't that the Dominican? I ain't Chi. Yeah, yeah. Damn, he about to fight Caesar Francis. My dude Francis, damn, offer loss. Damn, C's uphill battle. Ouch. Ouch. That's a decent card that night, man. Who else? Dante Benjamin, he's on that card. Prentice Brewer's his trainer. They gonna do that fight and then come to the party. Man, I gotta remind Robert, because Robert I only think he got Balderas. I don't think he trains anyone else after that, so he could leave after Balderas fight. But Balderas is in a tough fight, fighting the Hair Albright. That's a decent fight. This is a decent card. That's crazy. This is a decent card. We might have to put this on during the motherfucking appreciation night on one of the TVs. Alan Rodriguez, what up?
Hey, TBV, shout out.
Shout out.
You guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Hey, how you doing? Hey, good. Hey, man, did you hear those key words from Shakur? He said, "If they don't fight me, man." Shakur really would fight anybody. Like, that's true for sure. But maybe him not accepting that offer with Shakur is better. You know, maybe he gets to build up his career first, and it'll be a bigger fight later on. So, but he really would fight anybody. You heard the key words right there. If they don't end up fighting me, you and me can run it. Anyways, I'm watching the fight right now, and I stepped in late. But when I did step in from work last night to watch the fight, the late rounds weren't looking too good for Kambosos. They're looking a little too anxious and couldn't find the right shot. And Maxi was moving well, you know. The last headbutt was what messed up everything for Maxi, man. The first headbutt was, you know, non-intentional, you know, for sure. But Maxi landed a nasty elbow. I know you saw that, Ness. Tell me you did.
Yeah, I saw it. He tried to land the right hand, though. It's not his fault.
Well, same for Maxi, you know, because Maxi went for a straight hand, I guess. Campbell and Maxi at the same time went for a straight hand and landed on each other's head. So that's how boxing is, man.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And it was judged appropriately because they labeled it a headbutt, you know, but they didn't score that fight right.
That's probably one of the only good things about Top Rank right now. The replay, you know, they had replay on point last night for sure.
Word. And majority of those replays were for Maxi Hughes. They whatever, man. It's bullshit.
Dude, when they announced the decision, I literally screamed, "No!" I was like, "What the fuck, man?" Because it's true. Like, those late rounds did not look good for Campbell, man. They did not look how they looked versus Teofimo. That's what I'm saying, guys. Shout out to TBV. Y'all keep it easy, man.
All right, Alan. Appreciate you calling in. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button and share the show. If you're on Twitter, go ahead and retweet the space. We're going out to a new caller in Texas. Who's this?
Mike.
Mike.
Can you hear me?
Yes. What up? Where are you calling in from?
All right, man. Texas, San Antonio.
San Antonio. It's on you, champ.
Yes,
Take it
sir.
away.
All right, boss man. The fight was good. Kambosos did his thing. You know, he clearly got the victory. It was much earned. I do have another question. Keyshawn Davis, Kid Austin. What you got on that?
I mean, I think I'm seeing more right now from Keyshawn. He only got 9 fights, and you know, I feel like his last 3 fights have been consistent step ups. And he's performed well, you know, where I don't see that from Austin. You know, his biggest step up was Mercado. I think I'm still waiting. I don't even know the last 2 guys he's fought after Mercado.
Okay. And then another one too. This is where I wanted to have an open, communication with you on this one. Devin Haney, 135 division. Can we say that he's had the best resume from fighting Lomachenko, Linares, Jojo Diaz, compared to any other 135er? And if so, if we can say that he has had it, should he be able to pick and choose his fights now?
I mean, he's undisputed. He's undisputed.
Anybody in the 135 hasn't really faced the competition. I mean, you can give Ryan Garcia Tank, but before Tank, he only had Luke Campbell. Teofimo, the only one he really had was Lomachenko. And then what was he had Richard Comey too. Richard Comey was another dominant performance too. But between Devin Haney and Teofimo, like those are the only ones facing stiff competition right now. From what I believe. So should Devin Haney be able to pick his opponents now?
Again, he's undisputed. You automatically get to do what you want. You undisputed the division. You're a super champion with the WBO. You can activate your status with the WBC to fight the champion at the division above. Like, he can literally do what he wants. It doesn't matter what anyone thinks.
Okay, but like, would you say because he has would you consider Devin Haney having the best resume in the 135 division when it comes to facing?
I never checked, man. That's gonna require a couple Google searches to make sure, because a lot of people have fights at 135. Vasil has how many fights and who has he fought? Tank has how many fights and who has he fought? There's quite a few guys that have fought in that division at 35, and who have they fought? Like, for instance, Tank and Haney share a common opponent, and one guy knocked him out in the 12th round. The other one went 12 rounds. There's just, a lot there. Ryan had a decent resume at 35 when we're talking about wins. But I'm actually gonna do it. You've driven me to do it. I'm gonna take another caller and continue to open up everybody's box rack. Hawk, what up? Hawk in Maryland.
Yo, TBB, what's up, Des? Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, man. TBB number one, did that like, subscribe. Hey, man, I'm gonna keep it short, man. I saw the fight yesterday. I thought Keyshawn, if he had stepped it up, I think he could have took the dude out. Actually, I think he could have took the dude out. Maybe he had, get himself together. I don't know, but he'll get it. He'll get it the next time. I think he could have stepped it up and got dude out of there, though. He did good, though. But the Kambosos fight, the thing about that's real fucked up with that, man, is when they get a fighter, you have an elimination fight, right? That was eliminator.
Yes, it was for the IBF.
Right, so that's the eliminator fight for the best fighter to go fight for the title. So when they do that and they take the belt, not only do they mess up the guy's career or slow his career down, but then they mess it up for the fans, because we're not going to see the two best fighters fight for the title. You know what I'm saying? That's the wild part about it, because Kambosos doesn't look complete at all. I mean, he looked worse than he fought Devin Haney. But just the point of having an eliminator fight to get the best fighters in there for the title, they totally just scrap that when they do that. When they because the judges, I don't know what they was looking at, but even at 14-14 was crazy. But they mess it up for the boxing fan, because when they do fight, if he say he does get the title fight, I mean, what's his name? Shakur gonna just run over top of him. I mean, it's just crazy, man. I don't think they realize that they got to get their stuff together, man. Because we're not even going to see the best fighters fight when you just giving a fight to the person with the name. But that's my call. I just boxing got to get that shit together. But yeah, that's it. TBV, you number one, man. Ness, working overtime all the time, brother. Take it easy.
All right. There is a debate. There is a debate. I'm going to screen share this for anybody who want to follow along on YouTube for this whole resume argument. there's going to be a debate, as to who has more or better wins at 35. It is an argument between probably Devin and Vasil, but then there's a super argument for Tank, right? So we'll start with Ryan, right? So Ryan holds a win over Javier Fortuna, former world champ. Then at 35, he holds a win over Luke Campbell, who was a gold medalist or something like that. Common opponent knockout win over Francisco Fonseca, who was a common opponent with Tank. And he beat Romero Duno, right? He beat Jason Velez. Well, that's low weight. Excuse me. We'll take that back. Strike Jason Velez because that was at 30. So for Ryan, the most he's got is Duno, Fonseca, Luke Campbell, Javier Fortuna. So one former world champ, one gold medalist, and two common opponents. He's getting credit for common opponents. This is not much, right? We'll move on to Vasil, who beat three-time champ Jorge Linares before Devin did. Beat the same guy that Tank beat at 30, beat him at 35 in Jose Pedraza. I don't really care about the Corolla win. Beat Luke Campbell before Ryan. Lost to T.O. Beat common opponent Nakatani with, by stoppage where T.O. didn't, right? I don't think T.O. did. And then beat Comey, but T.O. stopped him early, and Vasil went 12. But Comey's a former world champ. And then arguably, lost to Jermaine, who wasn't a world champ. Some say he beat Jermaine. And then, again, arguably lost to Devin. Some say he beat Devin. So, biggest wins at 35 for Vasil have to be former three-time champ Linares, former two-time champ Pedraza, and former champ Richard Comey. Those are the biggest wins at 35. So we go to Isaac Cruz, who at 35, his biggest wins are Thomas Matisse, never been a champ, but a great fighter. Not great, but a good fighter. Diego Magdaleno, T.O. beat him first, but a decent win. Francisco Vargas, it could be argued that he was past his prime, but a decent win. We gave Rayo credit for it, right? Yoroki's Gamboa, again, it could be argued that it was past his prime, but he knocked him out. He flattened them, So Pitbull's biggest win is obviously Yoroki's Gamboa, former multiple-time champ. So when you go to Devin, he beat the undefeated Zabdur Abdullayev, who later went on to beat Linares, who obviously is a common opponent with Vasil and Devin and many others. He beat Yoroki's Gamboa, who is the biggest name on Isaac Cruz's resume. And one of the biggest 135-pound wins for Tank at 135. So one of the biggest wins for Tank at 135. Then he beat Linares, which again is one of the biggest wins for Vasil at 35. Then he beat Jojo Diaz, who had only lost to Gary Russell at that time. Then he beat George Kambosos, who was undefeated twice in that division. And then he beat Vasil Lomachenko. So And obviously, George Kambosos got the win over Tio at 35. So, yeah, it could be argued that Devin's resume is the better resume because he holds the undefeated win over Kambosos twice, and then he holds the win over Vasil, who has common opponents with, Linares. Then he also holds the, win over Jojo, which is only the second loss of his career. He holds the first win of Abdullahev's career, who's turned it around. So, I mean, it could be argued. You go to Tank again, and his biggest win would be Ryan, whose biggest win is Fortuna. His second biggest win would be Gamboa at 35 because Gamboa was a champ. But his win over Rolly could be argued that it's aging well or bad. Some would say they did see Rolly beat Basuro. I don't want to fuck up his name. Basurro. Yes, Basurro. Some would say that he didn't. Some would not give him credit for Hector because Hector was a champion at the weight below and he brought him up. So again, his biggest win at 35 would have to be Ryan Garcia, who beat former champ Javier Fortuna. Yurokis Gamboa, who was a former champ. And those are the two biggest wins at 35 because Isaac Cruz made a name off of Tank. He, and then after losing to Tank, he went on to beat Gamboa, who Tank and Haney had already beat. So we can't really say Isaac is a big win for Tank. Like, he made him. It would have to be Ryan, who was obviously a big win, undefeated, and Gamboa, big, former world champion. That's a great win. He knocked him out in 12. So, I guess the biggest debate is Devin because, some people thought he lost to Lomachenko. That's the argument. So, it's going to be, you see Devin as the best resume at 35 because you think Devin won. But if you're a Vasil fan, you think Vasil has the better resume because you feel that he won the Devin fight plus everything else that he did. So, we walked you down that damn story. Shout out to whoever asked for that. The education of the 35-pound division. Ghost Boxing, what up?
Hello.
Hello.
What up?
What
Yo,
up?
do you know Motivideo?
Yeah, Motivideo. Yeah. I don't know him personally, but I watch his videos.
Yes, I was watching the one he uploaded like yesterday or 2 days ago, and in one of the clips, Spence said he doesn't feel like he's the same fighter. So I don't know if you saw that clip, but that's kind of like it telling because he obviously sees himself in the gym and stuff every day, and he's saying he's not the same fighter since the accident. So that's kind of made me think that Crawford's gonna win now. What do you think?
I mean, he could just be saying he's not the same fighter because he's not doing any of the immature things he did in the past. Everyone is entitled to interpret something the way that they want.
Yeah, but I think if you watch it, it's a great video, by the way. If you watch it, you could kind of tell he's talking about like physically because he was talking about the accident. Like you can kind of, if you watch the clip, you'll be able to tell what he means by that. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
All right, Ghost, appreciate you. We going to Malcolm. What up?
Yo.
Yes.
What's going on? Yo, that fucking decision yesterday, man. It's like the title said, man. They had a plan for that shit, yo. Like, I definitely gave Maxi that. I didn't like that last round, though, because they were both just doing what the fuck. But, like when you think about it, Kambosos is a more selling name to fight one of the top names than Maxi Hughes. Even though I believe on the rankings, they were both, like, on the same spot. Like, they were, like, right there with each other. You feel me? So I just think it's just bullshit because it fucks up somebody's chances. I get he's not that marketable. He had like 5 losses already.
Yes.
Maxi.
Yes.
Yeah. So you know how it is, man. I don't know. They want to feed Kambosos to either fucking Loma or Shakur Stevenson. I seen the back talk, but I just think it's disgusting, man, because he clearly won that to me. Yeah, and that kind of fucked up my parlay, but luckily I put one with Kambosos too, with him winning.
Yeah, man. I'm with you.
Yeah, so all I know though, in regards of Tank, he needs to fight either Shakur or Devin. I haven't heard anything about him even fucking sending some kind of offer. And I already know Devin's under pressure and some shit, but that's the only fight that I want to see him take. He said he wants to fight either him or Shakur, so he needs to take one of those two names. I don't see anybody else for him to fight. I don't care about no fucking Pitbull fight. Loma would be okay. I wouldn't really trip about that, but I'd rather Loma fight somebody else. It's just Tank out his own mouth. He said he wants to fight those two people, so that's what I want to see, man. That's all I gotta say, man. That decision last time was some bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, appreciate you to calling in, Malcolm. I just feel like Tank and his team, they gonna do what's best for them, and that's probably waiting for Devin to move up to 40, then get him back down to 35. Adrian, what up? Adrian, what up?
Hello? Yo, Ness was good. My fault. I'm at the gym right now. Talk about highway fucking robbery, bro.
We hear you.
That shit was OD, bro. Fucking Maxi was mopping the floor with George Kambosos, bro. That whole fucking fight. He outlanded him, outperformed him, ring general shit. I don't know. I guess they just want to see fucking Loma whoop on Kambosos' ass. Because he don't stand a chance against fucking Loma or Shakur. Dead ass. He could fight for the title all he wants. He ain't even beat none of them niggas. Shakur will wash him. I was fucking straight up disrespectful, bro. Straight up disrespectful. But I guess they want that, common opponent with Haney and T.O. just to say, yeah, look, it's the guy that beat blah blah blah. He beat him. That was sick ass. I don't know who watching that fucking fight thought Kambosos won. He was just getting outlanded the whole round 1 to 12. Dead ass.
All right, champ. Now we hear you. We also hear them weight slamming, man. Go ahead and finish that workout. We going out to Quan.
Yo, what up, Ness?
What up?
Man, so I'm just wanted to holler in real quick. First of all, I just wanted to know what you thought about Stephen Shaw, bro. I thought he was gonna bounce back.
He broke my heart, man. He broke my heart. He broke my heart and broke my fucking wallet. I had $100.
Yeah.
I had $100 on Stephen Shaw, and everybody else that already motherfucking won. So he man, listen, bro. He broke my heart, man.
Hey, he got me too. I was like, dang, I really thought he was gonna bounce back. But
man, bro, and then he let a nondescript dude. Shit crazy. Shit was crazy.
Man, it was. But first, I just wanted to talk about that Maxi Hughes and Kambosos. For real. When I was looking at it, I did see Maxi winning. I did see. I thought he won the fight and he lost. I don't know. The scorecards they be everywhere, man. Like I don't understand how the other two judges had it close, and then it was a wide margin with the other one. But then again, think about the Haney fight. The scorecards was kind of similar, but I thought Haney won. Boxing just be everywhere, man, and I don't know. But my honest opinion is I just don't think that style is just right for Kambosos. If I run over, I send a foul. I don't think that style is right for Kambosos. Like somebody who can box from the outside, it's just not gonna mesh up. So Top Rank can do something with him if they get him in there with somebody who's willing to fight on the inside.
They ain't got nobody. Who they got?
Yeah, I was.
Who they got that's gonna give him the fight that he need? Like, yo, bro, he can't beat Maxi Hughes. He not he not it, man. He not it. We can't make excuses. Like Maxi already had 5 losses. Like you just struggle. Like it don't matter how much Maxi turned over his career. Like you struggle with a dude with 5 losses, man. You not him.
Yeah. That's all I had to say about that.
All right.
All right, man.
Bro, honestly, he fooled to everybody at 35, in my opinion, man. You know what I mean? I don't know Gustavo Limon. I haven't watched him fight, so that's the only dude that he might get a pass. I hear he's good, but we haven't seen him. Samson ain't been able to get him on no PBC fights that I've noticed. I mean, I might have to put his name in motherfucking YouTube and see what come up. Never did that, but other than Gustavo Limon, man, listen. Isaac Cruz runs through Kambosos. William Cepeda outworks Kambosos. Raymond Murataya probably sleeps Kambosos.
90 seconds.
Tank Davis knocks out Kambosos. Shakur Stevenson probably has the corner throw the towel in on Kambosos. Vasil Lomachenko makes Kambosos stop. Frank Martin beats Kambosos to a pulp. Fuck, man. Who's next? I never seen the Dennis Bidinshi, whatever the fuck his name, fight. Edwin De Los Santos beats Kambosos.
60 seconds.
Keyshawn Davis beats Kambosos. I don't know that Floyd Schofield does yet. Yes, he does. He punches way harder than Maxi. He's got a stronger jab than Maxi. He could fight from southpaw and orthodox. Floyd Schofield beats Kambosos. I don't know where Michelle Rivera is at this point. He's coming off that loss. His mind, emotionally and mentally, he could be in a different place because of the drug testing, also losing. Everybody's turned their back on him. I don't know that he's ready to beat Kambosos, but
10 seconds.
I wouldn't be mad. Abdulayev, he beats Kambosos. What I seen him do to Linares, losing every round and still be able to put Linares. Now, I get it. Linares has lost him by knockout versus everyone he fought except Devin Haney, so maybe that's a bad indicator, but it still shows a dude that wants to fuck you up. And I think he would land that right hand on Kambosos a lot more. I got Fats with a counter punch, then CW next. Honestly, I got everybody being Kambosos damn near. Just everybody almost. Just everybody.
Man, Kambosos is food at that fucking division right now.
Word.
That shit ain't even no debate. But nah, man, I don't. Now, I agree that Keyshawn was doing a lot of showboating and shit, but dude said that he ain't do nothing again. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what that's about. But I saw you put up the rankings and shit, right? I really, when you look at it, yo, damn. I mean, it ain't nothing but top names left for him, for real, to go after. But you know what I mean? I see, you got motherfuckers on different networks and shit like that. So I'm looking like, damn, like, unless down the future, because I know he gonna want a belt, but his boy next in line, you know what I mean? Unless you fight your boy, and I know that they saying that they not gonna fight each other and all that, but it's like, you might have to go through him to get some of the glory. You get what I mean? And if I'm Shakur, because I heard the nickname you gave me and shit, that was funny. You're a funny motherfucker for that. But if I'm looking at it from Shakur perspective, this is what I would do if I'm him. Go on and fight Denny's. Because it's clear that Lomachenko not trying to fight you.
Nobody know that dude. Why you keep doing that to
I know,
Shakur?
but But listen. Why I say that though? This is why I say that because Devin vacated the titles. All right, y'all couldn't make that fight for whatever reason. Then you got Lomachenko saying that he got unfinished business with Devin, but he really not trying to make that rematch. You know what I mean? He trying to win in court and all that shit. So he ducked you. He's saying he don't want to fight you. He might want to come back and have a soft touch. I told you the Kambosos fight with him is likely to happen. For some reason, that's what's likely to happen. Was trying to make it clearly. You get what I mean? So So what I would do if I'm him, bruh, go on and fight, go on and grab that WBO shit. Hope that Loma can get the WBC. You know what I mean? Fight Kambosos. But I would fight Denny's at like the Barclays or something like that. Go on and do a tank experiment. Go on and fight a nobody. See if you can sell out the crowd there in New York. Okay, cool. The next fight, try to fight somebody like, if you can't get a unification bout, assuming that you and Lomachenko win the WBO or WBC, then try unify against him at like Madison Square Garden on pay-per-view or some shit like that. Or try sell out against Jermaine Ortiz at Madison Square Garden. Either way, if I'm him, he gotta try to find a way to build like that. You get what I mean? If I'm him, but Keyshawn Davis, man, it's gonna be a tall mountain to climb for him to get a belt. Because again, if you don't want to fight your boy, and let's just say your boy get 2 of the belts, you know, them other belts, Frank Martin over there, let's just say, or Zepeda, let's just say one of them get the belt. They're gonna play promotional games with you. So you gotta find a way to get on pay-per-view or to become a headliner. So it's gonna be tough for Keyshawn though, man, to climb up. I think he's going to end up fighting his boy down the line if he won a belt. But appreciate the call, Ness.
All right. Maldonado, I see you, but C-Dub cutting that line. Counterpunch. C-Dub. Jump out, jump back in while I read these super chats. James Benitez with the $10 super chat. Congratulations on your wedding, champ. Wishing you many years of happy marriage. He says, so how many fights does Kambosos have with Top Rank? If he has a 3-fight, I can see Raymond Murataya get a fight, then Loma, and then Shakur. Thoughts? Not that order, because if Murataya beats him first, what the hell Loma and Shakur gonna want to fight him for? So yeah, I mean, if he get a Loma or Shakur fight, his next fight is the Keyshawn fight or a Murataya fight. You know, it can't be any other order. Like, those two guys cannot be fighting George after one of them beats them. Meaning, if Vasil fights George, there's no need for Shakur to fight George. If Shakur fights George, there's no need for Vasil to fight George. If Shakur fights George, then Murataya certainly could fight George. First former world champ, you know what I mean? Why not? He just beat Nakatilia. He hasn't beat a former world champ yet. You know, Keyshawn could certainly fight George. Former world champ, absolutely. First one, let's go. You know what I mean? Because Yigit wasn't a former world champ. He just title challenger. You know what I mean? But the other way around, it cannot be. That was your daily dose of hardcoreness. What up, C-Dub? C-Dub. Discord don't want you to be great, man. Jump out, jump back in, champ. Jump out, jump back in. All the way out. All the way out. We going out to Maldonado in the meantime, in between time.
What's up, Nestor?
What's up,
Yo,
Maldonado?
Ness, man. I saw that fight last night, and I hear you saying Kambosos up right now, and I agree. I never thought Kambosos was elite, but I don't think he's as bad as he's shown last night. You know, there's been times, and you as a hardcore know that we've seen fighters have bad performances, and then we know that they perform better. But I don't think he loses to everybody you mentioned. Not everybody you mentioned.
Why?
But this goes to show you, man.
Who he beat? Who he beat? Who he beat? Let me know who he beats.
Name the guys. I think he beats Linares. I think he beats Jojo Diaz.
We didn't even say that. We didn't say those names, bro. Stop. We didn't say those names.
Cepeda. I never seen Cepeda fight. I can't speak on him.
You never seen William Cepeda fight?
Nah, I never really watched.
You're not real. You're not real. You alright, but you're not real.
But that's this goes to show, and I don't mean to make it about Tio, man. This goes to show Tio must have really been on life support going into that fight. He must have really fucked up because how he lost to George Kambosos.
So Buster Douglas can't get his credit in your eyes either, huh?
Mike, no, he won. At the end of the day, once you get in the ring, you win, man. I don't see him in your show the other day.
All right, then. So stop trying to discredit motherfucking Kambosos' win over your boy Tio. Get your ass out of here. Always hating, man.
Speaking of Tio, I heard a rumor mill that him and Bob Arum had to sit down. They had a dinner. the 8th, and they're working something out. Bob Arum is talking about possibly giving him Jose Ramirez in December. And I heard that Haney's going to take Regis to make the Tio fight bigger. If Haney gets past Regis, they're talking about possibly doing the unification. And I agree, that would make the fight bigger, you know what I'm saying? And they're also talking about Kambosos also for a possible opponent for Teofimo in New York in December, you know what I mean, for Heisman night, which that's something that I really want. I think Tio deserves something like that.
I feel like
he's been fighting
Tio,
killer after killer.
I feel like Tio for 2 pound for pound fighters, you know, he don't even need to redeem that loss with Kambosos. That's a waste of time. Kambosos is not looking good. He would be giving Kambosos an opportunity.
But next, remember, Cotto gave Margarito a rematch, and Margarito came out of getting beat up bad, worse than Kambosos. Shane Mosley.
But that's the point. That's the point. That's the point. Margarito beat Cotto bad, worse than Kambosos beat Tio. Knock it off. He needed to get that rematch. And he was losing that rematch anyway. He lucky the doctor stepped in. You know it, I know
You think
it.
so?
Come on, man.
Nah,
Margarito was coming
on.
on. Margarito was coming on, man. Do a film study. You do shit on your channel. You do shit on your channel. Do a film study.
I'm gonna watch that fight again, man. But but Kambosos, he ain't look good, bro. You know what I'm saying? But you know, like I said, man, it is what it is. I would like to see Kambosos get the Teofimo fight. I don't care. I still want that. So Teo can get it. Not that I'm gonna call it an easy fight because he did beat him, but just to have that, to have that personal get back. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, man. Not after watching that last night, champ. Kambosos need to do something. He do not deserve to be in there with Tio right now. Tio just coming off a pound-for-pound win over motherfucking Josh Teller. There's no need to look backwards. Not now. Not now. What up, C-Dub? We hear you.
We good, man. Thanks for keep going, man, and trying to get me on, man. I don't know what's going on with Twitter today, man, but shout out to you. Smash the like button. It's free. Do something with yourself. Yo, man, I don't know if I said bringing 2 black fighters in, don't bring no Latino or none. That's not what I meant. I was just saying if you want a lot of that, you know, come on now, you know I'm a little bit more intelligent than that. That if you got, of course you will get, it's hardcores in every genre. But if you want a lot of that, then you would get somebody popular that resonates with that genre. Okay, but you had said you had put your faith in Big Shot Shaw. You want to know how I knew Big Shot was a fraud, man? Well, he cool, he a good boxer. But he came on here and he said to your show, one of the best boxing channels in the nation, in the world, that Wilder could not touch him. That's when I knew. I wish I would have remembered that and I would have bet that he was going to get knocked out. Because you come on here talking about Wilder can't touch you, man. I know it's cap. I know it. And Devin just can't catch a break, can he? Well, they said, where Bill at? They got Bill on the milk cart now. The Tank fans saying Bill Haney on a milk cart. Devin hiding like he out of prison. What's up? Nobody ain't saying nothing. Then the heavy lifting ain't looking so heavy. That was the big thing, man. Devin doing all the heavy lifting, but Kambosos looking like food out here. How heavy is it? You say he looking like food for everybody. So, man, I think Devin should go up and beat Regis.
So let me ask you a question. Are you trying to say that because Kambosos looks the way he looks, you know, Devin's win is less than? Because I think that situations always matter. Having to do it in Australia, that matters. That's the same thing that Stephen Fulton is having to go through. Now, we won't know how that fight looks till it ends. But right now, the element of him being robbed in enemy territory, him having to fight in enemy territory, that makes the danger of that fight more than, you know, to discredit it now because it's already been done, it's easy to say. And keep in mind, there's no rematch clause for Fulton. He doesn't have to do it twice in the same country like Devin. So, I mean, no matter what Kambosos looks like now, what Devin did is still monumental. Timothy Bradley went to the UK to beat Junior Witter. Junior Witter is forgotten. Kambosos would at least be more remembered than Witter because Witter was a 1 WBC champ.
It just looks great.
Kambosos
you know, it just looks great.
Is a unified champ.
You're right, champ, and I'm not disagreeing with that. You're right. The situation does matter, but as a fan, when you're just looking at it from a perspective, you wanted to age like Burgos. You don't want it to age like a white girl in her 20s on meth. Cause then in a month or a year,
Which
she gonna
Burgos?
look
What
like
we
she's
talking
50.
about? Oh, you lost me. Which
The
Burgos?
girl, the girl that been with Drake and T.I.
Oh,
I'm
I'm
probably
not.
saying her name wrong.
No,
I'm
I
probably saying
mean,
her
maybe
name.
you're right. I'm just not in. I don't know that one though.
Yeah, but she an old baddie. But yeah, man, you wanted to age like that. But yeah, shout out TBV, smash that like button, it's free. Do something with yourself.
All right. My bad for the dead. I'm trying to set up an appointment. Next week. It's the big week. I'm gonna get 2 haircuts. You know what I'm saying? Got to get right Thursday and Tuesday, I think, because we got the Friday appreciation night. For those that don't know, tickets still available, going fast. Bro, even Vito Minilecki bought tickets, bro. Shout out to the fucking community, man. You know what I mean? But I need y'all to step up, man. I want a complete sellout for this, man. We got to show these people that we got the power here, man. So we got Keyshawn coming off his win. He's going to be in the building. Follow along with me right now on YouTube.com so you can see our confirmed invited guests for our appreciation night. The fourth one, the TBV mixer, alcohol, food and drink included in your ticket purchase. You get to meet and greet with Keyshawn Davis, 2-time champion, Showtime, Sean Porter. Don't forget, Keyshawn Davis is the silver medalist. You get undisputed champion Alicia Bumgarner in the building, not on one night, but 2 nights. Special appearance by Alicia Bumgarner on our appreciation night and on our fight party. She's going to be watching the fight, the Terrence and Bud Crawford fight, the Terrence versus Earl fight with us and 120 lucky hardcore fans. Bruce Shushu Carrington also will be in the building Friday, July 28th, the eve before the big fight at the appreciation night mixer. We're going to have the fights on the wall. We're going to have step and repeat to take pictures, the red carpet photographer, videographer recording everything. It's going to be amazing. Open bar, food and drink. It's going down. Yeah, I even bought the pay-per-view, even though I'm going to be at the party. We got heavyweight Brandon Moore coming through. He's a great personality. Come out and check him out. We got Bill Haney coming through, coach of the year, coaching the undisputed champ, Devin Haney. We got Mariciela Cornejo coming through off that fight with Clarissa Shields. And then we got Prentice Brewer, the youngest coach in charge, coming through. Who else we got? Two-Tone, the superstar, Phoenix, Arizona zone, coming through. We got Hasim Rockman Jr. coming through. I got to double back on his dad, too. I want to get his dad come through, legend status. We got Bernie the boxer. He in the corner of Bud the night after. Yeah, he coming through, too. Yeah, man. We got the manager, Earl Spence. He coming through. You know where he going to be at the night after? Yeah, he coming through. Yeah, man. Who else we got? Prentice Brewer coming through. Ohio Zone, up and coming. Let's go. Who else we got? Rachel Donaire, trainer of the year. She going to be doing her thing the night after. Oh, man. Who else we got? Marquise Taylor coming off the big win over Yoelvis Gomez. Let's go. He in the building. Kenny Sims, your WBA regular champ, right behind Roley. He in the building. Let's go. Oh, that's Tank. He not in the building, but Kenny Porter is in the building. Let's go. What? Who else? Amber Rock from the Sweet Scientist. They in the building. Let's go. Coach Cunningham is in the building. Let's go. World-renowned trainer. Undisputed trainer because he had Corey Spinks, man. Get your life right. Yeah. Come on out. Friday night, it's going down. Saturday is sold out. We can't take no more tickets. It's done. Way too trill. What it do?
Yo.
Yo.
Yeah, man. What the hell going on with the boxing, man? This is terrible, man. I gotta say my words, man. I gotta get my words going on their ass, man. What the hell going on with the judges, man? We gotta figure this out, man.
I'm with
Y'all
you,
can hear
champ.
me?
Nah, we hear you, man. The floor is yours. We with you.
Since Keyshawn, first of all, Keyshawn did a good job. I ain't gonna lie, he got hurt though. But yeah, man. The Kambosos, man, he lost. He lost like by a landslide. This is worse than the Devin Loma situation, man. They gave that just because to set him up. You know what I'm saying, for the next top dog. I mean, he probably gonna lose against Shakur if he do go against him, but I don't see that. I don't see Kambosos being in the boxing community too much longer. He gonna have to retire, man, because it ain't looking like he can. He just do the same thing. Like he got a whole trainer and still doing the same thing, in my opinion. And he still can get his 1-2 going and get hit in his face. His gloves always down. Then Maxi Hughes was using his back foot the majority of the fight, moving, bopping him, moving him, bopping him, moving him, bopping him. I don't see how he lost. That was really like a United States, both of them, United Kingdom, Australia, but it was basically, he fought more times in the United States. Max Hughes' first fight was in the United States. They weren't going to let him win and take that back home and get a contender and get back up there with the big dogs because he ain't never won against a champion in the United States. So that's exactly how they just pulled that. Other than the Keyshawn thing, Keyshawn got hit in the body. I'm looking at him like, all that talking he doing, he went against this is one of his toughest fights. And you feel me? He had 29 wins. And that was just to prove that that's just the beginning of him and his career. Where he can probably work on everything. I seen him with that Shakur shoulder roll back to the straight hand. That was a nice little knockdown. He could have finished him and he messed up my ticket. I'm disappointed.
Oh, you had Keyshawn by knockout.
I had Keyshawn by knockout. I had Fulton winning and Bud winning on one ticket with two MLBs. It was $20 for $1,500. And I had like three. All I had to do was wait on Fulton and Bud. If Keyshawn would have knocked him out, I would have got paid. That's crazy.
I mean, Fulton and
But
Bud.
yeah,
that's two different type fights to pick too, though.
I know, but
way too trill. That's your bell, though. But listen, you should have joined the betting crew because we definitely picked Keyshawn by decision at a +100. We got paid, man. We had Stantillion was my strong recommend was Santillán to go the decision as well, which we also got picked. And we had Troy Isley. Like, I hit everything except the robbery on Maxi and Stephen Big Shot Shaw. So I literally hit every fucking thing except 2 last night. But what y'all not hitting is that thumbs up. I'm going to hit it. I just turned it from 300 thumbs up to 301. Go ahead and do the same. Stop being stingy. I'm sticking around overtime. It's already 1 o'clock here on the Eastern, which that means I'm definitely putting in the hours to make sure everybody gets their phone call. But actually, that is the last phone call. I got one super chat I need to get to here. And that's coming from James Benitez with a $2 super chat that says, Schofield versus Kambosos is a 50-50 fight. Stop it, Ness. I don't know about all that, honestly. I think Schofield has just too much explosiveness, youth, and ambition, right? You just got one dude that's older, boxed more, on a down slide, and then a young guy that is, more active, hungry, and I would be picking Schofield. I'm sorry. There's no disrespect to Kambosos. It's just, Schofield actually has some pop. Maxi didn't. Maxi did that with no pop. And there's blueprints now. There's just too many losses on Kambosos to pick a plan and a game plan and beat Maxi Hughes. Beat Kambosos. I don't see that as being hard for him and his dad to do. But yo, I'm out of here. And that's GTO, Instagram, and Twitter. Catch me on the next one. Arrivederci. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel and you click the notification bell so you get notified every time I go live, because I go live a lot because I like talking boxing. Peace.